Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is BMT coming at you again. I'm definitely here for this conversation right here. This is definitely going to be a good one. Let me go make sure I got the light ready and everything. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to Young Link Jr. I definitely want to give y'all a shout out to this one. I didn't know if I was going to do this show, but he definitely brought this across my desk, and definitely me and him had a conversation about this. Like I said, I definitely had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, a lot of good content creators. We were talking about some good stuff that we're planning on doing further on down the line that we already discussed that we're going to do. And that's what I'm probably going to start focusing on with other people of like mind. I'm only going to work with them on certain projects and stuff. And that's what I need to stay focused on, is actually doing work with other people that we actually have like-minded ideals on doing future projects and different things to actually better our circumstances of better content for you, the viewer, out here. Let me go ahead and share this. You already know what we're dealing with out here in this sector of YouTube, but I also want to make sure that I share. Let me go ahead and grab his content. First off, I want to give a special shout out to Young Link Jr. He's also copied this. Where are you? Where I have so many. I'm only bringing up content creators for this that have actually covered this. That literally I'm not doing the whole conversation with other people. No, I'm not doing no more conversations with people. That's just not my vice. I'm only copying this with content creators that covered this story. I need detailed, accurate information because what other people are dealing with, what we're dealing with right now, is highly sensitive information. And what's going on Real Deal Finance, definitely a great channel covering finance and stuff going on out there. Let me go ahead and make sure y'all see this real quick, because he is the guy who did the really good research, got me the information I needed. So I want to make sure y'all, first off, check out my guy Young Link Jr. This guy is out here doing waves. If you don't know about him, you definitely need to. He's done an amazing job. His skills are really good in covering good information on school, politics, lifestyle, religion. Young Link Jr. is definitely an up-and-coming YouTuber. I definitely am putting 120% of my interest in resources behind. We definitely, here in the BMT family, have agreed upon that. We're definitely going to support you, Young Link Jr. Y'all can definitely do us a solid if you want to definitely help. Definitely like his video, doggone share his content. The brother can also be found on TikTok. He's also doing other social media as well as YouTube and other various sources. But definitely come out here, like his video, support his information. It's really good. And we definitely want to get at it as soon as possible, because there is a lot of stuff that we're seeing down the pipe that's coming from this. What's going on, Sincere One? How you doing, dear? What's going on, Real Deal Financial? What's going on, Kojo Malik? What's going on, everybody else? And also to all the people who are out there on Facebook. I never see your names, as well as other people on other sites. Usually YouTube, because I'm predominantly doing it through YouTube. I can see their names, but other people, I can't really see their name. Different people covered it. That's on them, how they chose to cover it. I'm going to actually go in depth with y'all on the charges. I'm going to go in depth on pulling up the information for what happened. Everything that I have, you can literally see. One thing here's one thing. Here's the difference between me and other content creators that I like to do. I don't like to just talk to y'all. I like to give you the attainable information so you can go look at it for yourself. That's what I like to do. Also, shout out to the BBN Black Balance Network. I definitely want to have a conversation with some of the brothers from the conscious community. Let me grab the sources of information. I gotta pull it. I gotta make sure. I want to have everything right for you. I want to make sure I have everything squared away. But everything that I'm showing you, I want you to be able to look at and pull up on your own. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So, okay, so there we go. So we have everything. We have everything that we need today for this one. So welcome everybody from the BBN network. We're glad you're here. Welcome everybody. Dang, I gotta share this video. I'm really falling. I'm behind, but like I said, I'm not really trying to do YouTube like that too much. YouTube is getting corny to me. Okay. There you go. I'm done. So now that I have all that finished and done up, let's get to it. So if you don't know, you're sleeping under a rock. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you what we're looking at and what we're dealing with. If you don't know who this guy is, first off, the person that we're going to be bringing up is Michael. I just call him Michael because other motherfuckers want to call him Brother Polite. Other people want to identify him as a brother or as y'all need to stop calling everybody your dang brother and sister. I think that's stupid. I don't call nobody that. I'm not trying to community, communita none of this dumb stuff. I'm not trying to do none of that reckless stuff. It's a waste of time at this point when you're starting to see some of these things that are starting to unfold. But we definitely need to bring this to the forefront because the accountability is definitely waning. And what's bad about it is we're seeing men and women, not other races, but men and women in the Black community. I can't call any other minority, but in the Black community on this one. And listen, y'all don't come to me on my channel saying, well, white people. Well, guess what? I'm not talking about white people right now. I'm talking about Black people. So when y'all do that white people stuff, I'm kicking you off. I hate when we're talking about something in-house and everybody wants to talk about other communities and shit. Like, that makes it better. Like, you sound stupid and corny. We're handling this right here, man. Y'all sound so stupid. That victim stuff is getting old, man. But let's get at it, man. Somebody got a problem with it? Unsubscribe. I'm not hurting for nobody. I'm really not hurting for subscribers. I'm not hurting. My monetization game is good. So I'm not hurting for none of y'all. I don't care for the views. I don't care for none of that. I can promise you. 100 to 200 to 1,000, and ain't nothing for me to get those views. Maybe it is what it is. But I'm not hurting to bite my tongue. And I know whenever we talk about something that Black people are doing, y'all start playing the same playbooks all over again. But I'm telling you right here on BMT, Business Minded Talk, that's just not running no more. It's not really running no more game. If you don't like that, y'all gonna have to probably find another place. I'm not really fucking with a lot of y'all like that. Oh, thank you. Okay, so you can easily put him up as Brother Polite. Now, a lot of he's well known in the conscious community. Conscious community are people, I guess, they talk about a whole lot of shit when it comes to, let me show you a picture of him. This dude he's an ex-felon. Well, he's a felon because Lord knows that you can be an ex-felon and turn your life around and find whatever prophet or sheik or deity or God or Lord or Savior, and you can turn your life around as long as you say whatever you want them to hear you say. They will take you in, and you know what I'm saying, you get a whole pass. You just got to say some crazy shit. He's a millionaire, multi-millionaire that literally had gang affiliated. He has joined different affiliations. I think the Muslim, he was part of the nation. He is part of some kind of other shit. Like, this man done joined and did all kinds of stuff. Of course, he's been on Vlad TV. Like, pretty much around certain underbelly of talking points of preaching and silver tongue speakers in the conscious community or the woke community. This man he's been around. He's been around. Like, the women, the cars, the clothes, the talking about polygamy and all this crazy shit. Like, this, it amazes me in the Black community. You could be a gang-banging goddamn degenerate of society, and god damn it, boy, you can walk the streets like you Jesus. I never understood that shit. I think this is why a lot of people don't understand the backwardsness of lifestyle of this type of thing. And what's crazy about it is he's been in trouble for a lot of shit. Scamming people, goddamn fucking around with women and all kind of crazy shit. I mean, motherfuckers be believing in that polygamy shit. And look at it. These bras on their fucking leg, on their knees shit, wearing black and gold and shit. Like, I swear, boy, like, sometimes I feel like I'm in a comic book with some of this shit, but hey, You know, you got to wear the good Hotep, Dashiki, Brother Polite, and Polygamy. And that's something I'm going to have to get at because he has a lot of wives. He has a lot of Black leadership analysis. And this dude has a lot of wives. A lot of Black women have done wifed up and laid down with this man, and they have brought their daughters, their children, their sons, and all their people all to this man. This man has then brought a lot. I don't know how y'all do it, man. This man is like some kind of polygamy type of analysis. I wonder what happened to. I bet Tasha K is trying to interview her. Possibly. Yeah, you're right about that, Nate. Nate Jean. He thought he was untouchable. But y'all do me a favor and share this because y'all gotta start understanding, man. All this dang Black community, Wakanda, we need to come together as a village shit. Yeah, I be hearing all these hustles and shit. Black people, we need to do this, we need to do that. I be side-eyeing every motherfucker that be saying that shit. I be like, whoa. What? No. I mean, y'all don't have to like it, but Brother Polite is a debater, a linguist, an inventor of what? Of his own language, celebrity, mentor, UFO proponent, and real estate mogul. The moniker Polite stands for pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallant, honesty, and trust. Wow. He is the founder of the New Covenant, a spiritual community that is based on Egyptian mythology, which will be referred to in his post as Kemetic science. Kemet was the name of Egypt used by Egyptians. The word Egypt is of Greek origin and was not used at the time of the pharaohs. New Covenant also aids members in obtaining financial success. The motto of the organization is where consciousness meets commerce. My God. You mean this man had his own religion? Yo, no wonder why he getting y'all kids. Yo, Black people, y'all need to stop falling for these guys. I'm going to have to do a whole nother talk. This shit goes deeper down the hole. Like, this shit goes deeper down the hole. So this man has his own, he's an inventor of a language and all this shit. Now, I don't want to get too far off. I don't. Now, I just want to hurry up and get to Black sovereignty. He's talking about Black sovereignty and shit. Where's the stuff at? Health. Let's see. You know, we got to go find out economics. Damn, dude. This man has a whole homosexuality. Let's see. He already talks about that. And women's rights and roles. Ah, there we go. Ta-da! Found it. A major tenet of Brother Polite's philosophy is the Black woman being GD. What the hell is Black woman being GD? This is interesting. I'm going to have to definitely check this out. Because we already know he's done had access to children and women. Okay, so he's saying the Black woman being GD. The Black woman creates life every day, and this is verifiable. The Black woman is the backbone. Of the community and ensures the continuation of our race. Due to the Black woman's importance, the Black man should serve his woman, and all his actions should be in support of his woman. Okay, so we know he definitely is definitely talking a lot of women out of their draws with these lines. Men should not regulate how women should dress. If men want women covered up, it could show undercurrents of homosexuality in the man. What the hell? Oh my gosh. If women are allowed to dress in clothing that is tight or revealing, this will aid in combating homosexuality in the Black community. Oh, man. Mind you, I want y'all to understand, this man has a resume of now sleeping with children. So keep contacts. Women should also be allowed to lead and become spiritual teachers, spiritual philosophies that teach that women are the weaker vessel will damage the psychology of young girls. These young women will have less confidence and seek to latch on to a man. Polygamy is also beneficial to Black people. At this time, there are more Black women that are single. If they are all supposed to get married, then polygamy is necessary. However, men should prove they can sustain a monogamous relationship first and become financially stable before securing multiple wives. What Polite has right that and what he has wrong. Polite does present a somewhat positive display of the value of women. He also gives women the flexibility to dress as they want. The best part of the philosophy is that women be leaders in the movement. So we now know he has a whole. Let me finish it. The value of women is still based on their ability to have children and create a family with a man. There is not much mention of the place of women that do not want children or cannot have children. Polite philosophy is ultimately typically for blueprint meme thinkers. He thinks the family structure is more important than anything else. Therefore, traditional roles are more important than anything else, and people have value due to their roles. A truly integral view allows people to have inherent value because people have to fit into roles, and these roles have a hierarchy of importance. People then need to play their role instead of finding themselves and living their truth. Polite can then use that hierarchy of roles to berate homosexuals and people of interracial relationships. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay. He wants to berate different sexuality, but he has women that always dress any type of way in interracial relationship. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just trying to figure it out. And knowing that, okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let me just make sure everything I'm seeing. Okay. So I'm just making sure. And this is the a woke leader leading his flock. This is the woke leader leading his flock of women. He's helping. This is what Black people were saying are his flock. This is his flock. I'm just making sure I'm getting it all correct. Okay, so I want to make sure. All right, so all your women, y'all have a role with him in his stable. You have a role. I'm happy that there's a home. I'm happy there's a home for women and children in his stable. This sick, disgusting man. That the people in non-traditional relationships could have traditional relationships if they try hard enough. They should try harder because the betterment of the community depends on it. He does not allow people to actually find themselves and live their truth. I'm very happy. Now, where are we? So after we read all that, so I just gave y'all the testament to the promised land of milk and honey, that is Brother Polite, or AKA pedophile man, for some of y'all. Now, let's get to the information, because the white man don't care for any of what a lot of people believe in. Let's get to the stuff, and shout out to, again, we're definitely giving a shout out to doggone the information that we have. Motivational speaker Polite arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a teen in Miami. The report says the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breasts and her thighs and buttocks. Let me make sure I go ahead. I'm just resetting that. Okay. Where's it at? For someone who called himself Brother Polite, he allegedly, Brother Polite, this alleged behavior wasn't so polite. NBC, that 37-year-old Michael Noah Jr., also known as Brother Polite, surrendered to police on Monday, August 16, for allegedly sexual battery of a 14-year-old back in February. So this man took a 14-year-old to the club. According to the report, the alleged victim is the daughter of a woman Nowak was romantically involved with. Nowak's attorney, David Torres, states his client is innocent, boldly stating once the evidence is produced, he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else. Okay. So it says Brother Polite with one of his women. I'm gonna be honest. Women, single mothers. I'm gonna just be. Y'all ain't gonna like me saying it, but single mothers are not hard to date. Single mothers. A lot of guys go after single mothers. Y'all can get mad at me for saying that. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but a lot of dudes target single mothers because of they try to ping off of their vulnerability and they know that they're fucking. So a lot of guys try to get between the legs of single mothers. These women can be mad at that. Even hell, we already know that they're fucking. Just the same way like that, men with kids, women be checking them out because they know, well, if I see a man with kids and he's with his children, he's taking care of them, all that shit, a lot of women pinpoint him as, oh shit, that man got a fucking job. And I know a lot. And so people target people, man. But single mothers are heavily targeted because dudes think they're an easy mark to sleep with. So Jay Shine, you know I have to drop the link for you, brother. You know you are solid. I gotta drop the link for you, family. I gotta drop the link. Hold up. My brother Jay Shine is here. I gotta do this for him. You know what I'm saying? With Jay Shine, I know you are one to hold this type of thing accountable. Like I said, I'm doing this for Jay Shine. But this one, everybody, and that's actually very true, brother Jay Shine. Some of the leading content creators date nothing but single mothers. That is very true. A lot of single mothers, as much as they preach about these women out here are whores and vagabonds of Babylon and shit, I was like, that's a damn. I don't know what the hell going on with y'all. I got no smoke like how some of these people do, but I can definitely tell you right now, I know a lot of these women be getting targeted. to be slept with. So, and listen, where okay, it's acting up. He says this: your presence was one of the best birthday gifts I ever had. So we already know in the church. Oh, Nixon, if you want to come up, bro, you can come on up. You know what I'm saying? Queen, you already know. I know why. I want to get this targeted by certain men. Nixon, I got your shit. We shall see. He already says this, that thank you for your love and support. I'm gonna tell you right now, some doggone his biggest contributors, and this is the thing I worry about when it comes towards Polite. His biggest contributors and people that gave him money, people that donate, push his message, were single mothers. Weak-minded black men, and I'll call like I see it, weak-minded black men and single mothers.
My name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that I never give up, regardless of what I was going through. My resilience is my greatest strength. You can check out my story at newsone.com/personal-days.
I don't know what all that is. Sorry about that. All right, so okay, that was coming from this one. All right, so that's what I was saying. That is one of the in the conscious woke community. The easiest marks I do see are men down on their luck in the struggle, or trying to find something to believe in, and single mothers, namely single mothers. Y'all are big marks and targets because anybody be saying the black woman is God and all that other shit, and you can dress any old type of way and be half naked and shit and tell you all that crazy shit in this day and age. That's just a setup. That's just a setup. Honestly, I just call him a street preacher. But definitely, the woke community did make this man a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. He is a scammer, but he played the game. He played the game. And I'm not, I mean, I am mad because we keep falling for the okie doke with so many people. What's going on, D. Darrell? We got, again, I definitely want to make sure y'all know a lot of the research that was told was from my brother Young Link Jr. Definitely, Young Link Jr. did his diligence on the research. We're just covering on another scale. Okay, so definitely he dates a lot of single mothers that have kids. That's just one of his things. I don't know why y'all surprised. A lot of y'all single mothers, a lot of dudes who saying that women are getting piped down, that's a damn lie. According to the report, the alleged victim is making some very damning claims against Nowak. It claims that the motivational speaker and author who hails from Los Angeles asked the victim's mother if he could take her daughter to an after party held at a Miami nightclub. My God.
My name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that I never give up, regardless of
Yo.
What parent in their right fucking mind would send their child to an after party with another man? But that right there was already a red flag. Wait, you want to take my child to an after party? My child's 14. The fuck my child need to go to an after party?
I don't know, bro. That's kind of.
That don't even make no damn sense.
It's kind of, the thing like the R. Kelly thing, that dude belong in jail, but so do the parents of little girls, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is this shit is crazy, man. I'm hoping this shit is untrue, not for the same reasons some other people are running around saying he's innocent or whatever. I hope it's not true for the simple fact that, because if it is true, BMT, we also got to recognize the reality of what happened to this little girl.
You know me, brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I have to go do and dig the research, and I had to. And listen, I am damn good at what I do. Y'all know me. I'm going to get the stuff. Shout out to my brother Young Link. We go get the paperwork, so that way we ain't reading for no phones. We ain't doing none of that stuff. We want to give it to y'all and understand this. Understand this, brother. I am pulling up for you. I'm sorry, Jay.
My name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that I never give up.
At least the commercial is cute. What's up, Onyx?
What's going on, brother? Hey, what's up?
What's up with you, man?
I can't so the thing about it is this. What we're going to also go over is his goddamn police report.
Yeah, I saw the charges, man. This shit crazy.
We gotta go over that goddamn police report. We got to do our diligence as men, and we have to sit down and look at the goddamn police report. That would be cheating if we did not do that and look at the police report. That would be cheating if we didn't do that. This is already in the Miami-Dade County database for this man. It's already in there. So we'd be cheating if we did not pull up the paperwork. I ain't going to do like some people, just look at a phone. Shout out to Tasha for doing her job. He already had a pre-hearing. But like I said, he doesn't have a warrant on him. But we definitely know this man got a whole ton of shit on his doggone neck, bro. This man got a whole ton of work on his neck. Already, he's looking at 1 count of felony. Engaging with a child. 1 count. Sexual battery. Already at a felony. Contributing to a delinquent, a misdemeanor. Yeah, it's stacking up, bro. Yeah, he's already at 2 felonies already.
Yeah, already.
So shit, right? And that's all right. So he already know he's goddamn in the hole. And if y'all brothers want to step in, let me know.
How the hell he get out on bail, man?
Listen, when you got money in the city of Miami, shit, pay the right people. You might your ass. But I don't know. Somehow, I mean,
that shit crazy.
I mean, goddamn it, like, hey, that he must have paying out the ass for that lawyer. He can't leave the state. He can't leave. You can't leave.
And you know what? This is part of, my issue with some of us online, right? While we airing out our differences and trying to put the blame on, on the men. Yeah, we'll carry some blame because we're the leaders, but individually, man or woman, you have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to disconnect from making your busted challenges and hanging with the kids and doing what they do and being on social media because the kids are watching. We got to get offline and make sure our kids are good. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get ourselves together and make sure these kids are good. A lot of us, like when it comes to these situations, like with the R. Kelly, some of those women defending those situations used to be that young girl that used to get picked up by that older guy. You know what I mean? At school. So that culture, man, that culture that still exists, like us parents, we got to get it together, man. Yeah. Like you bringing guys around You know, whether the father's not there or not, you're there. And if you're bringing people around, your daughters, and if
First line of defense,
yeah, and if you're the uncle or the brother, man, listen, you got to watch your nieces. You got to, come on, man.
You know what's crazy? I was in Six the Goddesses chat room one night, and we was having this discussion about being strict parents. And I typed in the chat room, you know, my daughter has no social media, cell phone locked down, didn't allow none of that shit. You know, and then there was a sister in there talking about I'm being controlling, overbearing, you are being abusive. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back and forth with the sister in the chat room. Like, no, I'm not. I mean, I really tried to come at from a light perspective. I wasn't really trying to argue with her. I basically took a cop out. I was like, hold up, we didn't have this shit when I was little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not, you know, this is not some stuff you give. You don't give the world access to your kids.
Exactly.
And that's what we're doing with the social media and the celebrity, you know, craving shit and it's clout chasing shit. And, you know, we offering our kids and their minds to the world. That's why they care more about stunting and looking a certain way and sex and all those shit. More they care about learning anything. More they care about, you know, self-preservation and self-respect. We're not putting that in them. That's why our fucking suicide rates is high with kids. Where's D. Darrell when you need him? You know what I'm talking about.
No. You got a point. Like, listen, the thing about it is somebody saying we're blaming the mother. Listen, if that was my daughter, I would blame the fucking mother. You fucking right. Because goddamn it, why would my child, a 14-year-old, would need to go to an after party? What the fuck is an after party for a 14-year-old? There's no such thing as after party. Hell, there ain't no such thing as after party. See, when y'all say that stupid shit, that's when I know y'all parenting is backwards as fuck.
And that's why I say blame.
I would never be doing no after party with no fucking man.
And that's why I'm saying point the finger. Right? It could have been a single father. It would have been the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not about pointing the finger, but it's about, you know, being accountable for whatever the individual.
Yeah, because you got weak dads out here too who let their kids run wild.
I'm not letting my son or child go to no after party. The fuck is the after party?
Yeah, like for instance, going back to the R. Kelly situation, wasn't the father allowing that shit?
Taking the child up there to the R. Kelly's mansion.
Yeah, exactly. He was getting paper, wasn't he?
What?
So you know, look, this can go both ways, but if we want to talk about a specific situation, though, then we got to point the finger where it goes. Okay, if there's no father around, there's no father around.
Hashtag accountability.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you can't walk away from this. You know what I mean. And you know what? I'm gonna tell anybody listening to this right now: if your position is to protect women more to protect children, then fuck you.
I'm on that.
I'm gonna tell you that right now, off the rip. Don't even get me lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool on this Friday evening. I'm chilling. But when it comes to protecting children, I don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Yeah, man.
Man or female.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? And here's the thing, man. You know, we get whatever your situation is. You know what I'm saying? But if you're the person with the kid, like I said, I've been a single father. So here's the thing. I wasn't one of those parents that was going to take all the credit when things will go good, or right. put the blame on someone else when they go bad. No, you get all of that because guess what? My son, mom wasn't in the house. That was the situation. It was me, so I bear all the responsibility. And you know, the thing is, even outside of trying to place blame, regardless of y'all together or not or whatever situation, we need to work together. You know what I'm saying? We need to work together to protect these kids, man. We got to put our stuff aside and work together to protect these kids.
Hey, Nixon, I had a custody. I'm sorry, real quick. I got to say this because I had my custody case. I was working at the Pentagon. And I remember when I won, my co-workers at the Pentagon was like, congratulations, good job, because it was a long thing, right? Me taking the days off to go to court and all that. So my co-workers kind of knew, my struggle. So when I won the case, they gave me a pat on the back and all that. And I remember saying this vividly in the office. I said, and everybody laughed when I said it, but this is exactly what El Nix is talking about. I said, yeah, but I got, wait till she's 18, and 21 and she ain't been on the pole, then we celebrate. You feel me? I was acknowledging at that moment I had work to do. Exactly. I had a job to do, you know what I mean? So it was my responsibility to keep, to quote unquote keep off the pole. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. This is what so let me get to it, y'all guys. We're also joined here by Kev. Again, I am purposely making this. You have it on this panel. Black men with accountability. Where we don't do all that gender shit. We just hold straight accountability.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why I told y'all I'm trimming off the fat of the people I rock with. So I'm trimming off the fat of the people I rock with. I rock with these solid brothers that are only about straight, like, hey, we just talk about it. It is what it is. And it is what it is that we hold accountability to men and women. I'm not rocking that much more people anymore. My days of that shit are done. So let me knock this out for y'all. I got to get this out the way. It goes to say that Norwick tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Norwick trying to make her throw up. The report said these are serious allegations, but in any situation, there's always motive. Taras said there is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see. Of course, they're not, because still got to go through the case. The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It lately states Norwick told the mother not to call the police because it would ruin his career. Norwick was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to the police on Monday. Tara says the police report is only is only allegations, which that's what they have to say. We have no doubt that he is not this person. The attorney said we're going to get him past this and back on with his life. Now understand this. I want you to listen. You can make somebody throw up as much as you want, but once it gets in their bloodstream, that's it. Blood DNA is DNA, and once it gets in your bloodstream, when they do these rape test kits, they do the swab, they test for the blood, they test for everything. And so when they start doing DNA, that's when they start coming after you. But them tests take a while to go back to the lab. So we got so we're gonna go on brother Kev, short and sweet. What's going on, man? What's going on, brother?
Hey man, what's going on? I'm just checking in, BMT. Always good to talk to you. Get on this panel here, man. What's up, Nixon?
Yeah, 504. What's going on?
Yeah, man, good talking to you, man. Hey, Jay, man, I'm not familiar with you, but I like what you was talking about.
No problem. What's up, brother?
Yeah. Priority number one is protecting the kids. You know, even if that, you know, I don't see how we stepped away from that. You know, as a group of people, and they got I think the kids these days got a whole lot of misguided information and stuff now. We have like a 20-year gap, 30-year gap on catching up with shit, you know. So yeah. I think with polite situation, there's no reason you should be in that position in that position at Polite's age or any age at that matter. But it don't look good. It don't look good. You know, I've raised, not only raised my kids and a single parent of a 9-year-old, for those who don't know, but I've been in positions where I've been around kids and I've been to Disney World with kids and stuff like that, but there's never no situation that you should be isolated alone with someone else's child. You know, that's my opinion. That's just, you know, if any of that's true, however it was going, hotel room or not, I wish the biological father would have been. There's a biological father somewhere. I don't always assume that the biological father wasn't around, couldn't be reached, or you know, or wasn't responding to his child. I think most men, if their child call, the daddy coming. So I think sometimes that you know, a lot of people like this. I heard a couple of things. Well, where's the daddy? Okay, well, you got to let the daddy know there's an issue, and that's another thing that can, you know, that I personally have to work with my 20-year-old daughter with her situation with her boyfriend, and that's getting a little spunky. But now when it gets to the point that it's boiling over, then I know, okay, well, I needed to know beforehand, you know, because when you take that out of a man's, you know, take that out of what a man does, protecting, providing, and also good problem solvers, we can see shit happen before it's coming, especially with another male. And that's a confidence thing. So even with my situation, now it's getting spunky. There's a grandchild involved. Now I can't correct it, but I have to go to the mother and say, well, why didn't you tell me this was going on? Also to my daughter, you know, we was having a conversation. She was coming up with the unprotected woman thing. No, you're not unprotected. You are well protected, but you got to communicate. And the same thing with our mom. I have some kind of feelings with our mom, like, okay, well, you seen this shit going south. Why you ain't call me? You know, you know what this kind of thing it is, but then it was do we tell your daddy thing, and it's an embarrassment thing, and then they're willing to want it to work out. So now it's in a position now when you call me to come in, which I wasn't given a chance to get the shit corrected, I got to come in with a different type of force. So things like that, I don't know if the 14-year-old girl, daddy was known, but, you know, I heard people say, well, what is the father? Evidently, the mother, on the mother's behalf, she did take her child to the emergency room and have some tests done and stuff like that. That can happen. I don't point the finger at her. We can all leave our kid by a babysitter. I mean, a coach, a teacher, a bus driver, you know, but she seemed like a responsible woman to go get everything done, so we could see how things fall in place. But being in a room with a little girl at 14, man, you out of line. You just out of line, and liquor and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard to convince men. You ain't know what the fuck you was doing, man. You know what you was doing. And some of these dudes out here, they like turning these little girls, young girls out. That's what they think. They get off on that shit. And it's been the same thing. You know, we get to see it more now because we got social media and stuff like that. But there's gonna be more of this shit. And a lot of it will come out, and they got a lot of women participating in this thing too. I didn't know. Like, give you an example, Foxy Brown them was damn near 14 and 16 years old.
Right.
That's a team. Yeah, you know, that kind of shit. That's been going on.
So the thing about it is this, and this is why I am also holding the mother accountable. I am. There ain't nothing y'all can say in the chat or anywhere that can convince me otherwise. You can't show me not one damn picture of any of these goddamn women dressing like we going to a functional meeting or some shit. You can't show me any picture of anything of any of the girls that he's always wanted to take pictures with that have ever tried to dress or take pictures with him dressed like they go into a respectable area. Those
are teenage girls, man. Those are the girls.
It isn't any women. You ain't gonna find. He don't be.
I didn't see all that. I didn't see all that.
This is not. Listen. This is not no shaming. This is called.
Oh, no, I know. I get you.
So hold on. Okay, I gotta get this out. So this is called targeting, and this is called a mark. When you know that your people are marks, that's a mark. That's a mark. Okay, all these girls in these pictures, those are marks. Because if I know you have a certain mindset or you have a certain ideology, and I'm going to read you, okay? I'm going to read you the woman's rights and roles. See, this is why I said you do your research on people and you properly assess their talking points. A major tenet of Brothers for Life philosophy is the black woman is God or GD. The black woman creates life every day, and this is a verifiable. The black woman is the backbone of the community and ensures the continuation of the race due to blah, 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 importance and shit. Now, this is what he says. Men should not regulate how women should dress. Now, for me as a father, you damn right I regulate the fuck how the women around me dress. Because if you represent me, you ain't been going out there looking in the old kind of fucking way. And any kind of woman that says, well, you can't tell me that. Well, you ain't my fucking woman to deal with. You ain't my woman. The fuck we talking? I'm going to tell you right now. No, because any woman that respects her man or them children respect their father and that father has respect, I'm not going to go out there looking all kind of way and disrespect my family. So why would the women that I rock with, my nieces, the girls that are in my community around me, no. And I know women that they won't even let their daughters go outside the house with a bonnet.
Can I say something real quick?
I'm not playing these games. Look, y'all got the business with these hustle. But y'all we on some racket shit.
Hey, BMT, I'm just reading this right here, this paragraph. Men should not regulate how women should dress. You know, first of all, men don't have the power to do it, but the fact that we shouldn't be concerned about it is absolutely crazy. This is speaking to the primal nature of a man. All right, this is not upright. All right, this is walking on all fours type shit. Okay, yeah. You know, men are not supposed to be all day thinking about pussy all day. Okay, all right, that's not the function of an actual man. All right, there's a time and place for everything. So what you see in this paragraph is no boundaries. You see what I'm saying? So when you have that kind of sexuality pervading the community all day, then you have no goddamn boundaries and you have no standards. So your little girls don't have no chastity. They have no control. They don't know when to dress and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. You know what I mean? So now what he's speaking to is basically this is hedonism.
Yeah, you see that whole paragraph? That whole
paragraph is hedonism. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, he's been beating man.
I'm just saying, like, any father or any man with any type of respect that would see that and hear that being told to his child or a woman that he cares about or any woman that has any type of respect, they would read this shit. They'd be like, "Oh hell no, y'all women in the chat, y'all know damn well y'all dress in a certain type of way, just walking." Y'all have to deal with a lot of crazy fuck niggas out there.
Yeah.
Cat calling y'all, saying all kinds of stuff. Hey bitch. I hear that shit all the time and all this stuff. So women, we can't touch. Listen, you're going to do what you do. Women should be allowed to lead and become spiritual teachers, spiritual philosophies, to teach that women are the weaker vessel, will damage the psychology of the young girls. Mind you, okay? These young women will have less confidence and seek to latch onto a man. Now, hold on. I bring you that paragraph. I want y'all to look at this picture. Young women, he wants them to have confidence to latch onto a man. Look at the context now. Why?
You know what I taught my daughter? You know what I taught my daughter? I taught my daughter she's the direct descendant of the first woman on the planet. That's what I taught her. That's the philosophy that's in her. You ask her, she'll tell you she's a direct descendant of the first woman ever. She resembles that, the black woman.
I like that.
You understand me? We don't do the princess shit over here. We don't do none of that. We do reality. We do legacy. We do bloodline. You know what I mean? So you have a deeper purpose in you, and you know who you are. So you can draw from that and get your dignity. You don't supposed to get no dignity from being sexual all the goddamn day. See, this is what this is the bullshit that's being sold to young women in our community. You know what I mean? Is that being sexual is empowerment. So you're a sexual object all day. You just a sex pot all day. So so I'm trying to figure out, if you being in tight clothes and you sexual and you revealing all day, then where is the spiritual and thoughtfulness and the philosophies come in? How you philosophizing when you think about getting dick all day? And think about how you can run game on niggas all day.
Now the thing about it is, go ahead.
No, I was about to say you're really not, because you said, when you said this being sexy all day. Here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. We're not trying to say that women can dress up and look sexy. We're not saying that.
No, I'm talking. I said sexual.
Yeah, sexual. But the thing is, if you look at the way social media is now, there is no balance. So a lot of these young ladies, they get with it and they take it too far to the left, and they want to be sexual all the time. You got to understand that these young men out here, they ain't got no guidance. Like, what I'm saying, emotionally, you can't talk to them a certain type of way. They putting hands on you. Like, these guys out here that they dealing with, you're actually promoting, you're not promoting who you are. You're not promoting your virtue. You're not promoting your character. You're not promoting nothing. All you promoting is the very thing that you won't like. That attention that you're getting, that's all. That's not saying who you are as a woman. You know what I'm saying? If that's all you want to do is hide behind tight clothes and be like this You got to have some type
being a
of
sexual
balance.
object all day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
what
yeah,
are you
that's
going
crazy.
to school for? What do you study? Like, what about you? You know, show that. That's what you should be showing men. So it's not about a controlling thing, but he's pretty much grooming. You know, in that paragraph, he's pretty much grooming you. Yeah, be naked all the time. Be half naked. Be sexual. Yeah, it's okay because that's the way we combat homosexuality. Man, that's bull.
Like I'm just saying, we're only showing you his belief. Y'all could say this is women blaming, and that's you. That's you.
No, but I'm not blaming women.
But the thing about it is, we give a fuck about our women. I'm literally I work the beat and I work the block every other night.
Heard that.
And I be watching the women ask, hey, could you please tell that man to leave us alone? Could you please tell that man to leave us alone? And I go like, hey, chill. But I want to get at this where it says polygamy is also beneficial to black people. At this time, there are more black women that are single. If they are supposed to get married, the polygamy is necessary. However, men should prove they can sustain a monogamous relationship first and become financially stable before securing multiple wives. What Polite has right and what he has wrong. Polite does present a somewhat positive display of the value of women. He also gives women the flexibility to dress as they want. The best part of this philosophy is that the women can be leaders in the movement. The value of women is still based on their ability to have children. Now this is it. Now here's this. The value of the woman is still based on their ability to have children and create a family with a man. There is not much to mention of the place of a woman that do not. I told y'all, I'm just being honest. A lot of men target single mothers.
They do.
It is what it is.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of men target single mothers. Y'all don't like hearing that come from men, but you have 4 seasoned men with no vitriol in our heart telling you that brothers are going to be shooting their shot faster at a woman pushing a goddamn cart in Walmart with a baby.
Yeah. And once again, it's not about trying to control people, anything like that. It's just that, as far as men wanting to protect women, listen, just be safe out here. There are some creeps out here. I mean, as a man, I'm gonna tell you, there's some creeps out here. And I was at a gas station not too long ago, and this guy was messing with this young lady, and I was on the other side of the pump. So I asked her, you know what I'm saying, was he bothering her? Like you need some help? And she was like, nah, I know him. He just playing. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. But it's like she was like thankful that, you know what I'm saying, like if it was a situation that, you know what I'm saying, I was willing to make sure she okay. And that's crazy because the fact that it could shock women that, somebody's willing to step in and make sure they're good. Didn't even know her. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. Because that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of creeps out here. You got these men out here will film the stuff, put it on World Star, but won't even do anything. Like, y'all, just be careful out here. It's crazy.
Also, I'm just letting y'all know I'm not using Tasha K. Our research, we have our own researchers. I'm not using Tasha K. I mean, I gave her a shout out that she did her portion. We have a good brother. Shout out to Young Link Jr. Go to his channel, check him out, and we also did our own research. I'm not using Tasha K's fucking shit. I'm using my shit. I'm doing my own research. Don't give a fuck what Tasha K was talking about. This is BMT channel. Y'all want to hear what Tasha K got to say? Tasha K down the street. I'm BMT. Yeah. I got a bunch of men up here. We're not blaming no mother. But I do, if it was a father, just like we got on the father who took the daughter up there to R. Kelly, we got on his one. The same thing. We get on any parent. We said as parents, we will never put our children in a predicament where they should listen. If my kid says they have to stay late for a basketball practice, I need to talk to the adults. Yeah. I'll be there. I'm gonna be there Kev gonna come right down there to the gym. Nixon gonna just try to say, I guess I need to take off from work. We're talking about preemptively doing things so that way our kids, because we know, listen, as men, we know our children are going to get older. It's the same thing for our sons. You think we don't know these streets? You think we don't know peer pressure going to be out there for our boys? Every day my son get in that car with me, I grill him on everything. Where'd you go? Who you talk to? Who are you dealing with? What were you getting into? Did anybody touch you? Did you talk to anybody? I ask all these questions, not just to my daughter, but to my sons. Because see, there's a lot of things that transpire for a child the minute they step outside that house.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to
question.
I'm not trying to give, like, you know what I'm saying, like full blame on whatever. Sometimes it's just a matter of awareness. Because, you know, I have these talks with my wife and we talking about social media, and she like, you know, I don't know why you on social media so much. And I'm like, the reason why I'm on social media so much is because when I have a talk with the girls, I'm talking about their music. I'm breaking stuff down to them about their music. I'm looking at it and I'm like, do you know what these emojis mean? Do you know when they're talking about, you know, the pizza emoji, the hot dog emoji? She like, no. I'm like, that's pedophilia emojis. I'm like, there's certain language and stuff that, you know, when parents don't, when they're so busy in their life and they don't take the time to know these things, that's how these guys, you know, that I'm not gonna say the word, that's how they get over, because the parents are unaware of certain things that are sometimes in plain sight. So you got to be able to know what's going on with your kids so you can have these conversations with them.
I agree. And that's the thing about it. You can't, in the community, there's an outcry for protection. Right now, I know there are solid men around me right now. There are solid men around me right now. I know if I were to put my son and my daughters around, Kev, hey, it's getting late out. Y'all need to get in the house. I know doggone well Jay Sean ain't gonna have, and he gonna be over them like a hawk. Hey, what y'all looking at on that TV? What y'all looking at? What y'all listening to? He might be the one to come there and turn off that trash and put on some lyrical hip hop that ain't going to turn their brain into mush. Nixon will sit down and ask some questions. See, you got to network with men and women that are like-minded. Now, the thing about it is, listen, it's not just, and that's why I asked the question about the community, about why are there people, mind you, the issue that we have is, why is the woke community running defense? Why are there people in the woke community running defense for him? That's a problem I have. That's a big problem. Because, listen, y'all, first things first, the men should have pulled his ass aside and said, yo, first off, bro, why the fuck were you even in that predicament with a child? That's the first thing. If I'm wrong, Kev, check me. Jay Sean, check me. Nixon, check me. But that's the first thing any of my brothers would have told me. Why were you even at that hour of the night with a child?
Now, some people don't like that. Some people don't like that. That come to our mind first, you know. But if I was if your kids came hung out with mine, and you know, or whatever, my protection of my own go extend to your children immediately. Right? You didn't let them around, man. You know that's just automatic. So if something happened to your child, whatever you got to feel attention, I should be prepared to answer for that, God forbid, you know, but yes, it's coming to me because I'm the guardian of your child. So yeah, I do feel that. And you know, and that's how I would take it. But
now, I want to show you this, Kim. I want to show you this because I know Jay Sean asked the question, how did he get out? So far, when it came to that, on here, I can't show everything. But he has some motions dismissed, and that doesn't mean they're gone. But they also brought in intake unit assigned to battery of child abuse. So they're involved, right? Jay Sean, that's what you was asking. Intake prosecutor assigned. Mm-hmm. So you got that right there. Child trial prosecutor. You got the battery and child. So he has quite a few people that are now in on the shit. You know what I'm saying? That was all on the 17th. It's right now the 20th. So just 3 days ago, you see what I'm saying? They got a whole different they got different people from child battery and the intake of giving that child intoxication stuff. You got a few different people on his ass right now. You got a few people, you see what I'm saying? They're all coming into the court. But see, right now, all of these different groups are getting their stuff together. You can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't just jump on R. Kelly. They had to get everything together. So when it comes to these type of cases, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, he has money. So he has a millionaire, so he can stay them back. But these 2 felonies, engaging with a child and sexual battery, see, now you gotta let the police, they gotta go get the camera, they gotta go get the receipts. See what I'm saying? Because if you take somebody to a hotel, you gotta go get the receipts. You gotta go get a warrant from a judge. Follow me? You gotta go get the warrant, you gotta go get the receipt, and then after that, you gotta go say, okay, we got everything we need. Now you gotta go to trial. So we can't say that's why we gotta say allegedly. Because until he slams that gavel, but right now, all you got to do is see him on camera. If he's in camera, if that club has a camera in there, which most time they do, whether he said, "Well, I didn't know," they're gonna say that's bullshit. You should have double checked. Y'all know damn well that shit don't work. We in the Me Too era. I'm the type of person I will make a woman buy a drink. I'll take you to the goddamn ABC store. I'll take you to the ABC store and tell you to go purchase a goddamn drink for me. I'm that fucking petty. Buy me some cigarettes. Wood tip, Black and Mild. Wait, really? Yep, wood tip, Black and Mild. You can't buy that shit? Oh, okay. Get out the car. You gotta,
but
you gotta
you know what though? The fact that he targets single moms, man, you know, that's sad. I mean, that's really sad. And to think, you know, in a lot of these spaces, you know, there's a conversation with guys focused on single moms. Listen, a lot of people have kids in those houses. A lot of men have kids in those houses. So, you know, we got to really look at these talks when we talk about single moms. You know what I mean? And you got to think about it.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, you got 3 brothers up here who've been single fathers, who are single fathers. You know, I'm married now, but ironically, you got guys that have been in that position up here. So, you know what I'm saying? It's even when it comes to us, when it comes to bringing certain women around, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's no different. Like,
I don't have right. Do y'all brothers have a? Now I got a question for y'all brothers. Y'all are 3, and this is the blessing because we have 3 fathers that have had custody of their children, that are raising their children. So you have. I'm not using single mother. I'm using single at one time. Well, still they were single fathers.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm 100 single parent father.
I know, but Kev, if you want to grab you a nice young, a nice woman, you could. You're just focused on your parenting right now. I know, Kev. But the thing about it is, I'm willing to put down my money. These 3 brothers don't bring any old type of women around their children.
Nope,
not at all. I'm actually extra cautious.
Now, I got no smoke for a woman that if I as a man would say, "Hey, can I come inside?" Oh no, my kids are inside.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've had women tell that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because her first priority is my nest, my children. That is always the first priority of any parent is the children. And I'm sorry, just like if a child was doing bad in school, who do they call? The parent. Because that's my child. If my child is even my child is spending the night at their godmama's house, the auntie, the granny, I still be on that phone calling, "Hey, everything all right? What's going on? I love y'all. Text me if anything going on. We in 2021. Let's stop playing the game that we haven't seen these things. Like, come on now. I would question. We got to start questioning when men are comfortable and women are comfortable being in these type of situations.
Well, BMT is not to say that because we're men in this situation, you know, we have a better stance on that, right? Compared to women. That's not it. It's whether single father, single mother, certain people, men and women, they only target a certain group of people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of single fathers and mothers out there who are not playing that. But these guys, they target a certain group. So I just want to put that out there. They
polite them know they know they can go throw a couple dollars at some, you know, attractive, you know, women with children, and then get their own little. They understand that game. They know how to bait them.
Now I want to ask the fathers. There's somebody who has pushback. They want to know if they want to come up here. I don't care for it. I don't really care for it, but I just want to have the discussion and get out the evidence of why is this type of person. I don't think we should protect them, but one person has pushback. It's up to y'all if y'all are in that space to want to have the discussion with the person or no. It's up to you. Cool. It's got to be.
Hold up, Tom. What is the pushback on?
I don't. They say they got questions. Like I said, so it's up to you.
As long as everybody can be respectful because we're adults.
I mean, we can be respectful, but I'm just telling you right now, I'm wanting everybody, man. If you putting women or whatever you come up here to do before kids, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a fucking problem. That's why I said when I first got up here, I hope it's not true because for it to be true, we got to recognize something. There's a 14-year-old girl out here now that's fucked up.
Yeah.
For this to be true, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this from a whole different angle. I don't give a fuck about him. If he did this shit, he's done.
Yeah, that's how I feel, Jay. He's done.
He's done. And if it's my family, my daughter, they better hold him too, because you got to get him up out of here. You touch mine, nigga. You can't threaten me with jail.
And Jay, that's what I have to tell some people. You can't take that aspect of men and protection for our children away from us, ever. That's never to be challenged. I don't understand.
I ain't worried about it, and there ain't gonna be no challenge. You ain't taking my daughter's in the next room. You understand me? You touch mine, you up out of here.
You know what I tell people? I am not Trayvon Martin, daddy.
Well, I'll tell you right. You touch mine, you up out of here. You can't threaten me with jail. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
It's one of those things. I can never go to bed and lay my head down knowing my child was violated. My spirit just won't allow me to know that
you're every day, man.
Like every time I would look at my child and I know that your ass is out there living comfortably, that shit would fuck with me. I have to know that you are somewhere in the earth. And the thing about it is, the same thing is, as a parent, you got to have 120% accountability. That mama got to have accountability. Just like I make sure that if there's a daddy present, you got to have accountability. There's got to be something down the line.
Hey, let me start off by saying this here. Just like you all men. Hey, Kev. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
How you doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm going to say this here. Number one, that is a report that was read. We don't know every single detail because it was condensed. But they came out and they said that the mother had...
What report?
The thing that they were reading. Tasha K was the first one who broke this story. And she did two things. She did one. I want to say it was three.
Are you going off of YouTube?
But I'm not saying that. I'm just going in general. Most times just dealing with news. We get bits and pieces. I'm not defending or disputing, but I do know this here. It was stated, and we don't know all of it, that he had never been alone with the child. That was his actual first time. That he was supposed to be in the lobby talking with the girl because he had made the suggestion that the mom and her was having a little disagreement for him to talk to her in the lobby. And from that point, he took her and left. The mother was supposed to be upstairs getting ready for all of them to go out to dinner together.
How do you know?
So that's what Tasha K had relayed on her thing. But hold up. But they had been dating for a year and the child had not been alone with them. I'm a big proponent of everybody who you meet don't get to meet your child. I have told family members the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I date. Because I was a single mother up until I got married for 15 years. But everybody who I went on a date with didn't come home to my house and meet my children. So a lot of women do practice that. I'm friends with other single parents. Now, we may sit around and talk about what we do, but there's a total difference between that and bringing people home. So I don't want to put the message out there. There are women that do that, and there are men that are single parents, that everybody who they meet their children. But not everybody does that. So I wanted to convey that. But we don't know everything that happened. And I would never defend anyone who let that man take their child to a club and drinking this and that. But at the end of the day, if somebody let me have their son or whatever, I wouldn't give that child alcohol, even if they were along with me. I wouldn't even, the fact that they was in a club. This here, how that stuff sound, this sounds like some possible human trafficking stuff can be involved. And I'm just looking at the long term, how this stuff lines up. And anybody who has done any little bit of research into cults, polygamy, pimping, all of that stuff have the same language. And nothing about this man lined up with consciousness, not his look, not his talk. And even before he did this here, I had heard him in a video, and I think it was the Vlad interview, because I was really looking up information on farming communities and things of that nature. And I don't know how he popped up in the algorithm, and I saw something about that. And he sounds like, this man sounds like a whole pimp. Ain't nothing, because he said before I even saw him dressed like that, I didn't see the pictures of him dressed how he dressed now. I heard his talk in that video. I think he had on a hat and just dressed down, but his language was the language of that of a pimp. Because I have 4 wives. He wasn't talking about the glitz and stuff. I never saw that side. He said, and they all have to bring something to the table. Ain't nobody coming here broke and that type of vibe. And I said, this man sound like a pimp. So when I'm seeing this other stuff, it's not surprising, because anybody who has done a little bit of research or anything on that could hear the rhetoric, and they may have different accents with it, but the same line and undertone of what he speaks goes throughout that entire community. And we're not going to pretend as a country and as a world that hasn't been the way of the world. This is not new. It's not new. And this is it's not just him, because these girls and these women he seek out, then we can't do two things at the same time. We cannot sit here and say, because it is a long-term agenda. Let's make single mothers pariahs so nobody will talk to them. Let's create the culture of this. So who is going to be, if once you put that rhetoric out there about single mothers, what's going to be left to date them? So we create a culture that
you're throwing out a lot of shit.
I'm saying, when you create a culture that demonizes these women, what's left for decent men? When you say, when you create single moms, this, what's left for them today? I'm not saying you in general. I'm saying
no, we're not doing this shit where we're talking about 50 other different things.
First of all, BLT, I'm trying to be very respectful, and I'm not going to use curse words with you. I'm not going to use curse words with you, because it's easy for that stuff to be taken the same out of context.
But you're taking this off context.
Okay, but I'm not going to use those words, because I don't want this to hype up into something else. And I know you cuss at me, and we're talking about sensitive subjects that could be taken wrong. So please, let's not do that to each other on this topic.
So we're looking at this right here. We're trying to figure out. You're saying that one thing. First of all, as any parent, if you're talking about meeting in the lobby, why weren't you there at the lobby with your child at the lobby?
No, that's not. They say they were getting ready as a group to go out to dinner in the hotel.
Could you show me that?
And I don't have the link. First of all, I'm not even in the space to share the link, but this is what was conveyed. They were all in to go out. She needed to get dressed, and her and the daughter were having problems. He said, let me talk to the daughter. They were supposed to be in the lobby while she was upstairs getting dressed to come back down and go out. That was supposed to be their little time in a controlled setting for them to have some time in a public space. And he took her from there and went somewhere else. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs, but that is one thing that has been one thing that has been conveyed. But the one thing we will know when the evidence come out in the trial, and if this goes to trial without him taking the deal, they will pull out those cameras and they will have all of the other stuff. We're getting very little, because guess who is not allowed to talk? That mother is very prohibited from talking right now with an active case going on. So we're going to say we don't see her on social media. There's a reason why.
You know what else we do know is that this little girl has an IG page, and on her IG page, she's dressed sexy sometimes, dressed like her mother in some of these IG photos. So we can also go down the road of pointing a finger at the mom if we really wanted to. I don't think no one's really doing that though. We're just saying that, you know, when somebody has access to your child, you have to take responsibility for that. I don't give a fuck what the problem is. I'm a very responsible father. I'm a very responsible father. Hold on, let me finish. I'm a very responsible father. But if anything happens to my daughter under my watch, it's still my responsibility. Period. It's still my responsibility. How the fuck you lose your kid? I'm not gonna get dressed and get ready for the night and lose my 14-year-old kid. No,
she didn't lose her 14-year-old kid.
So how did her 14-year-old kid get separated from her?
14-year-old daughter was supposed to be sitting in the lobby with a man she had dated.
No, her 14-year-old daughter should have been with her. She's just getting ready. What is she? She wasn't going to take a shit. I mean, I'm looking at IG pictures where they dressed alike. Now she got to separate from her to get ready to go out.
Can you put that in the back chat for me, please? So that way. Listen, I like concrete evidence I can pull up. Now, here you go. Now, here's the thing about it. I'm gonna just pull this to y'all. But listen, I don't like to do that. I'm not going off anybody's YouTube thing. I'm going off. First of all, I'm going off of. Shout out to Young Link for helping me get the research together. I'm gonna go off of what goddamn was put on to the news.
So we really finna put the 14-year-old girl and how she dressed on there. So we really finna go there, because this is the same thing that they do in court when they say it was the way that you were dressed and this and that. So we really finna do that.
Now you reaching.
No. I just wanna know.
I said the little girl was dressed like her mother.
Okay, so excuse me. So how is her mother? Is her mother not dressed sexually?
No, what I'm speaking to, sister, is her parenting. All right. This was being allowed.
So we finna dress this up and call it something else to really do that. So that's what we really finna do. I just want to be clear on what you're doing. I see very clearly you going through the back door. You're going through the back door to do this, but go right ahead.
I'm not going through no back door. I'm trying to figure out how to back door to do it. All you care about is defending this goddamn female.
First of all, I'm not cursing you. And I'm being very conscious here not to curse you. First of all, I'm being very conscious here not to curse you and control my voice. I'm not yelling at you, and I don't want to do that. Kev 504 knows very well I'm capable of doing that. So I'm trying to be very respectful.
No, you're not being respectful. You want nobody to talk.
Kev 504. You know I'm being respectful because I can't go there.
If this is respectful, then you need to go take some classes.
Let me go ahead and play a story. Listen, I don't care.
I'm being respectful and real control right now.
Okay, that's cool. Listen, I'm about to
look, hold up. BMT.
I gotta play the story real quick. Go ahead.
BMT, let me just say this real quick. When somebody is answering your question and you won't let them answer the question, that is not being respectful.
You interrupted her, Jay Sean.
I didn't interrupt her. She asked me a question. I was trying to answer her question. How you ask me a question and keep going?
Bro, you interrupted her just at that time. You don't even realize it.
Interrupt the when? When she said what?
Just let BMT run the little story real quick.
Here we go. We got the cake shop tonight, boy. Okay.
Let me do it. Let me do this.
Attention for his online posts, but now the social media influencer, motivational speaker, is making headlines for the wrong reason. NBC6 reporter Kim Wynn is live in Miami Beach tonight with more on the arrest of the man known as Brother Polite. Kim.
Yeah, well, Jawan, the suspect surrendered here at the Miami Beach Police Department earlier this week. Police charged him with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. We did speak with his lawyer earlier tonight, who says that these charges are false. This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Nowak Jr., also known as Brother Polite, to his more than 300,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Nowak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in LA, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately.
Now I want y'all to hear that. Okay? This is why I just go get the research. I don't want to go off of hearsay.
BMT.
Hold on.
Excuse me. Let me say.
Hold on now. Let me do my show. He asked. Y'all heard that, right? He asked.
Police say.
No, he asked.
Police. That's what the report
said.
Thank
you.
No. Tasha K said makes matters more.
Right.
Tasha K said matters more.
Tasha K over boy said.
Yeah, that matters more. I got you. We got it.
Law enforcement and the lawyers, because we're going off of a YouTuber versus what we're actually pulling up here. We're going off of actual.
Excuse me, the news gets stuff wrong all the time. We both know how the news screw up stories.
Man, I don't care. I don't care about no conspiracy theory.
Going off a news report, and I've talked to reporters, and we know how they make their stories up.
So the police report is a polite side now.
They trying to help.
I just read that in the chat room. They said this is. They said the police. Oh my god! And this gender war shit is killing us, dog.
They said that was his version. They said that. I'm sure they're conveying that's what Polite was saying. That
was the police report that he just read.
Let BMT finish though.
Thank you. Like the thing about it is, we're going off of what the evidence, not from me, not from any YouTuber that we know or think we know. We're going off of people outsourced that have no skin in this game, that are just doing their job, that they get paid to do this. That's why I'm saying, and I'm going to play it again, but I'm just letting y'all, we're going through. That's why I showed y'all the rap sheet he has on him. I showed y'all the women that he's in tie with. The woman that he's dealing with, you're hearing that he took, I'm showing y'all the hotel. Most people don't even show y'all the hotel. Y'all getting to see the hotel. Now, I'm going to just go through and I'm going to play it one more time.
Groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Nowak trying to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs, with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Nowak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Nowak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Terrace says the police report is only an allegation. And Nowak claims to have written more than 90 books. In an interview, he also claims to have several wives. For now, we're reporting live in Miami Beach. Kim Wynn, NBC6 News.
Thank you, NBC6. That is not on YouTube for this. Now, now here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. That was given to us by the police, and that was also given to you by news. The news that had to go do the research of this. We're not going off of what we think. We're going off of what was being read to us about this situation. Okay, now the thing about it is they're going to question the mom. Because when I showed y'all the report that Jay Shine asked earlier about doggone, hey, what's going on? You have child services. They're going to question the mother. They're going to question the mom. Why? Where were you at? What were you doing? Now you're going to also have it where you got child battery. That girl could possibly be taken out of the home. She could possibly be taken out of the home. So that might be a whole displaced situation right now. So there's a lot of key factors. Now, listen. If
she don't live with him, she will not be taken out of the home.
Well, hold on.
Because the mother took her daughter to the hospital. The mother actually was calling him, asking, "Where's my child?" But the GOJ in the chat says that the charging document is out. And I would love if anybody has the link to the charging document to read the charging document as opposed to a news report that sums up stuff in a 30-second soundbite. I would love if anybody have that link to the charging document to drop it.
I don't know what was I doing.
Beasley has it on his channel. Yeah, but this is the charging document right here.
I'm just saying, what have I been doing for a while now? I've literally been reading the charges to y'all. So what have I been doing? You're not telling me something I don't.
I cannot even believe that, because one thing they try to do in the state of Florida, let me say this is what I'm going to say. One thing they try to do in the state of Florida is they redact the name of children in documents. So when we go to the court, we would never know her name. But it is so disgusting that somebody has literally found this child's IG page and exposed her. So the whole thing that the courts do to try to protect the confidentiality of victims has just been exploited by somebody going to her IG page and at her, because up to then we didn't know who she was. So the people that did this here are disgusting, because we literally have laws to prevent children and victim of child abuse from being outed like this. That's why only certain people can go to the courthouse and actually ask for copies of that document. That's either the father or the parent or legal guardian, or maybe the person who is involved in the case. They do a whole thing to prevent that. And it's so disgusting that they just outed this girl like this.
You know what? You know what I find?
Let me make a quick statement when I get there.
Yeah. Okay, so what I find interesting so far is he asked her, can she take her to a party? If that's a true statement, if the mother said, well, yeah, I'll let her go to a party with him, she know what kind of dude this is. She probably, it starts with the custodial parent. That's going
on. Don't know at this point, and I'm enough to say, hold up.
She's here to defend the woman. That's all she's about.
No. I'm grown enough to say, let's wait till the facts and stuff come out. Now the DNA and stuff that's on her, but if that was said yesterday, if it come out that was said, I'd be the main one to say, oh, she was dead motherfucking wrong for that. I'd be the first one to say it. I'm saying I don't know yay or nay. There's a lot of stuff, and when the more stuff come out, we will get there. Cause I will be like, she wrong for that. Cause I'm one of them people who say you shouldn't let your children go with everybody. You shouldn't trust your boys or your girls. So I am fair across the board. I will do that, but I'm saying what they doing, this blame shifting, and I see this sleight of hand right here. I'm not saying you, but the outing, what they just did to that girl, outing her. Now they talking about how she dressed. That is what they do. They went and exposed that girl identity. Whoever posted it on their page.
No. You know who posted it? You know who posted it? She posted it. It's Instagram. Instagram is not private.
Doing this here. Whoever doing
and the mother allowed that. The mother's in the photos with on Instagram.
The fact that they're doing this here, they don't even do that to. It's talked about poorly when they do it to adult rape victims. But this here,
oh man, motherhood is dead.
Hey, we can't get our ideas across if we don't speak.
This shit is dead.
Listen, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a rule that Kev done. Literally, it said beautifully. Don't bring no shit from other channels, other places, other content. Don't bring that shit to my channel. I'm my own separate sovereignty entity. Y'all, majority of y'all don't even do this content on what I talk about. So that's why I'm in my own lane. That's why I make it for this. Y'all all know me. I'm BMT. I'm in my own sovereignty. I never bring if I use content from you, Mike will tell you. Will I not tell the channel where I got it from? So I'll tell you. The channel that will help me get the information is this young brother right here. You can go subscribe to Young Link Jr. He helped me get the stuff for the case, information, and all that. I don't need to mute Koja, but she's on her roll. She's on her roll. Now, I'm showing y'all all this, but the question y'all asked me, from the building to the time to the people's names, listen, they didn't put that in the news. I'm showing y'all the people that are prosecutors assigned, the trial, all the stuff. I'm giving y'all that. I'm giving you all that information. Shout out to Young Link.
Yeah, that paperwork don't lie. That paperwork coming.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make a statement real quick. And I want everybody to think about this. Because especially somebody just said paperwork don't lie. They always lie in police reports.
Well, you know what I mean by that.
Well, let me finish this real quick statement earlier.
What I mean by that is that's what they're trying to charge him with.
Okay, yeah. They're going to try to charge you with, and that's
what I mean by that. The charges
that are coming inside the courtroom that have to sign their name down and say,
BMT, hey, let me ask you a question here.
Go ahead.
Now, I mean, and this is, you just experienced this. If first of all, I'm gonna make this statement: if Polite is guilty, take him, put him straight into jail. I do not want predators in my community abusing my people. Okay, that's number one. But I know for a fact, we can look at Chicago, we can look at any big city, and most people can tell you that people who do the most predator behavior keep getting let out of jail. Now, the thing is, they'll put somebody who may not even be a professional criminal just because they took revenge on a predator. They'll throw you in jail for 20, 30 years. But the point is this. The reason why you better have a system is because anybody can make an allegation. And you want to prosecute guilty people, not prosecute not guilty people. Just because you don't like somebody, just because you think they're a pimp, just because you think they're a whole tepper, or all these other silly names that we come up with because we don't like somebody. If they're not guilty of the specific crime that you're talking about, we should not want them prosecuted because that protects us all. Just a few weeks ago, slanderous YouTubers or slanderous people, not even on YouTube, just watched your channel when you showed fatherly, normal, healthy affection towards your daughters. Okay, they said all kind of crap. Okay, now all I'm saying is this. You know, that's what we have to understand. This thing can be turned around either way. It doesn't matter if you don't like somebody. Okay, we have to look at evidence. Now, when we're reading police, what police say, of course they are agents of the state. The prosecution is going to prosecute, and they have to organize the information in such a way to get the jury to, you know, claim guilt. Okay, but we don't understand the other side of the information that we don't understand. That's why you have to give things time, and that's all I'm saying people do. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on just because I don't like somebody. That's all.
Okay, so in saying that, and thank you for your thing. Like I said, y'all can have y'all beliefs on whatever y'all want to. I'm going off of one DNA that's already been presented up on this guy, because they already got the DNA shit on him. Two, I'm already going off of they already know the hotel, and that ain't no sleazy ass hotel that he took that child up in. You're gonna have a hard time telling me why the fuck did he take that? If he's supposed to only meet that girl in the lobby, why are y'all the fuck up in the hotel room? That's the first time I want to understand it. Especially your parents.
Because they're not from Miami and they were staying over there. They don't live in Miami. When you travel from out of state, you go to a hotel. The mother was at a hotel.
So you're telling me
absolutely insane.
So no.
What's insane? I'm just
no. Hold on. So you're telling me
insane.
So hold on. So you're telling me you're a married man in a room with a woman that you don't know like that, but you took her up in a room, but then she's intoxicated.
He wasn't in the room with a woman. Let's get that straight. He wasn't in the room with a woman. He was in the room with a child. So we're not gonna do this wordplay switch that he was in the room with a child. But
he was in the room with a child, a minor.
So thank you. He was in the room with a child.
So how do you know all this information?
I'm not saying it's not true. I'm hoping that the police have the evidence.
No. I'm telling you what we're reading.
It's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. I don't think my problem.
But you're telling me he wasn't in a room.
I didn't say that. I didn't say he wasn't in a room. I said he was in the room with a child, not a woman, because you said he was in the room with a woman. I said, no, he wasn't in the room with a woman. And that's why I corrected, because she is a child.
So
that's the only thing I was saying.
Why was he a man that's supposed to be a spiritual man or whatever type of belief that he shouldn't
have been in there.
So
I agree.
So hold on. So if he said that he was me, okay. So next thing I'm gonna ask about, if this young man, if this woman, this young girl was meeting this man in the lobby, and she said she had to go change clothes, where in the hotel can she just go change clothes? Other than I only thing I can think of is a bathroom that's in the lobby.
No, the mother was, from my understanding, the mother was staying at the hotel.
Okay,
he went to another hotel. He took the daughter to another hotel, but the mother was staying at the hotel, and she was going up to the room to get dressed. I know as a mother.
Where are you getting this information from?
It was on Tasha K, the one who broke the story. She's the one who actually broke the story. She's the one who actually broke the story. So if we're going to discredit Tasha K, she is the one who broke the entire story. So if we're going to discredit her, you have to discredit the entire story, because she's the one who brought it to the forefront. She was the one.
So you know what I'm using?
So she either have some credibility or no credibility, because she was the one who bust the whole story out. So we cannot say we're going to accept hearing that she the one who bust the story, but then say we don't believe nothing else about what she said, because she brought it up.
You want to know who broke the story? ABC. ABC broke the story. So let me go with ABC.
And how many of our black ass was watching ABC? We was watching this.
You know what? That's a national channel.
Hey, BNP. Can I say this real quick? First of all,
you know how y'all beats ABC. I'm hearing this now. I'm hearing
Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead, Nixon.
All right. First of all, shout out to Super Mike. First time meeting you. Koja, I've heard you on the panel, but I never got to introduce myself. So how you doing?
What's up?
So I just want to say this, right? For the sake of the conversation, right? Like,
I'm good. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
I'm doing pretty good. I know, first of all, we're all up here concerned about, the young lady, right? So let's get that out the way, right? So for the sake of the conversation, as adults, we all got different parts of contribution to this conversation. We're still learning stuff, and I don't think that it's a thing that, I know we're passionate about it, but we got to sit down. We got to listen to each other. We're coming at different angles or whatever. And, what we all agree that is to protect that young lady. Right. So you may have heard something here. You may have heard something here. We're all just having a conversation, giving our idea or opinions about it. But, let's let each other talk, and let's not turn this into a war or a gender war or anything like that. Let's kind of like hear each other out. Let's hear each other out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
I agree with that. But my problem was when I started having a problem with some of the other things that was being said that wasn't related to that. I agree. But when we start gender warring this here, that's when it comes. Because if this was a boy in the room with an older woman, and they found that little boy cum all over that woman, and she had taken, I would have the same way. But when we start doing certain points and going to certain places with certain phrase words, it becomes a problem.
Well, I mean, it happens.
It becomes problem.
Sometimes you have a topic, and then we kind of veer off and stuff like that. So sometimes we gotta stare it back the other way. Because it can go there.
It's crazy. I've literally talked about everything under the sun.
B. Darrell, what's going on?
I've talked about everything under the sun. I don't do y'all stupid ass gender shit no more. I don't even want to fuck with y'all gender war shit. I don't want to be on the panels with y'all gender war motherfuckers. I don't want to fuck with y'all. I don't want to have any existence with y'all, and I don't want to ever rock with y'all gender war people. Toxic. On the gender war shit, don't fuck with BMT no more. I want y'all to get this straight from me, BMT. Any of y'all on that gender war shit, don't fuck with me no more.
So we just want to be on the topic.
They doing exactly. I don't want nothing to do with y'all at all. Y'all on that gender war shit, I will just block y'all entirely. I don't do it.
So I just got a question, BMT.
Right now, can I go ahead and say something?
I'm just saying, do you feel like I've done that? If you feel like I've done that, and if you're talking directly to me, I appreciate you saying Cynthia. No, I'm asking you because I want to clarify.
I'm telling anybody, Koja, I don't want no gender war shit on my panel. Or I don't want to be around any more gender war shit. I have said that plenty of times, have I not, Nixon? I literally have a co-ed panel. Okay?
I'm asking a question for clarity.
But I'm letting anybody know. So I want y'all to know, y'all don't bring that gender war shit here. This is a open family black panel.
Okay, there you go. Because right now, between everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat, we are our little community right now, and we are here to talk about something.
I'm not nobody, but I'm letting y'all know this is how BMT is, and I know what it's like. But I've been one of the few that have had family panels with married men, married women, families, children, and all of it. I'm one of the only few content creators that are still trying to do this shit. And I'm really getting tired of this space of gender war. Y'all do that everywhere else. But Kev done made a golden rule. Y'all don't bring no more drama from other channels or what y'all may hear over here. This is not the place no more. I fuss with y'all. I rock with y'all. But just don't bring that shit here. Okay? We can disagree. I agree. I adopted this philosophy from Super Mike. But what we won't do is bring the hearsay of other ideologies and talking points here in my house. Dave Shine, I rock with him. Kev, Nixon, Koja, my brother and my family, D. Darrell, and Super Mike. Y'all know better. Y'all know me. Yes, I have affiliations with the Manosphere. I have affiliations with different other groups, with the conscious community, all of it. I talk about everybody. I am an equal opportunist, butting heads motherfucker. So guess what? Don't bring that shit to my panel.
Well, listen, I'm about to be out.
Go next. Go ahead.
I'm about to be out. I got to pick up my little man from daycare. I just want to say this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a happy Friday. We all woke up, so thank God for that. Listen, as I lead the panel, guys, have the conversation. Let everybody get a chance to talk and just respect each other as people. You know what I'm saying? And have a great conversation.
What's up, BMT?
What's up, Darrell?
What's good? What's on, fellas? So I wanted to comment a little bit on the situation as it relates to the young lady that was basically sexually assaulted or raped or whatever, the 14-year-old little girl, and as far as what kind of outcome that could occur based on the fact that she was out with an adult male and whatever decisions were made. I'm not clear on all that. I know I'm hearing all the discussions, but I wanted to speak from a point of view as far as her and being in the custody of her mother long term and what can happen with that and so forth. I'm gonna let you all know, based on me I've been doing this type of work with situations. I've actually encountered situations like this where many occasions where I've seen countless situations, and I'm not just talking about from females allowing their boyfriends or whomever to bring in and exposing your children to people that you don't really know, or even if you do know, that can be a negative consequence. And also in a situation in which there are men who brought women into the lives of their children, and similar things have occurred. And once that police report was filed, pretty much in most states, from what I know, and I've done some things in Florida and some other southern states, they're going to contact whatever child protective agency there is, and they are going to supervise and do they're going to do an investigation on the family. They're going to do an investigation if they're from there or not, or whatever. There will be a CPS, child protective, or whatever type of governing body that state has. They're going to do and they're going to do a minimum of a 30-day investigation on the parenting skills of the mother. They're going to interview people. They're going to review how they're functioning. They're going to look at this child as far as her behavior at school. They're going to probably make her do an evaluation. They're going to probably make her mother do a psychological evaluation. And to be honest with you, based on the fact that they found semen and so forth, is a likelihood that they probably are going to take that child out the home. And or if the mother has other children, they may take all the children out. Like, again, I'm just looking at it from the perspective I am. I don't know as far as what she has.
They take the child out the home when the child lives in the home with the perpetrator. If the mother is not the perpetrator, if the mother is not the perpetrator, if the mother is not the perpetrator, if she's not the perpetrator and not part of it, they will not remove the children from the home. And if he doesn't reside in the home, they will not.
That is not true.
Okay. I just discussed this stuff with my mama, who worked for that actual DC, who worked for that DCF system and HRS system. What they do in the state of Texas and what they do in the state of Florida.
That is not true. That is not true.
Hold up. If that child does not reside in the home with the perpetrator and the mother was not a participant in it, they will not remove that child. Now, if that mother failed to protect that child, if that mother failed to protect that child, it would. But no.
Know what she's talking about. I've been to court. I've dealt with many cases like this. I've done cases in Florida. I've done cases in Louisiana. I've done some cases in
if the mother is not part of it and the child doesn't reside in the home with it, they will not remove that child.
This is me. She's being respectful. She's being respectful.
Coach Malik. Let me explain why what you're saying is wrong. Because regardless of where the child is, they're looking at the fact that that child was being supervised, allegedly by the parent of custody. And if the parent of custody did something or made a decision that put a child in risk, whether they were directly or indirectly involved, they are going to investigate and put you at risk of putting your children in an unsafe environment. It doesn't matter. That's false. Matter of fact, I deal with cases like this all the time in which a parent had a guy come over and
you ain't got to tell me whether it's true or false, because I was just involved with this same system 3 years ago, and my child was okay.
You yelling at me is going to make you more right.
Excuse me, I don't know if you can hear me. I was just involved in this system 3 years ago. I was just involved in this system 3 years ago when my child was a victim, and I
paid for it. People pay me to go to court for this shit. So don't sit here and try to tell me what I don't know when I see this. I've been doing this for like 15, 16 years. People don't, I mean, damn. I'm trying to explain to you.
I'm trying to explain to you. I was just involved in this situation 3 years ago when my child was a victim. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me.
The truth.
Well, then you want to talk, but you're not telling the truth. You are not being. Your information is wrong, Jarrell. I'm going to tell you. As a matter of fact, your information is wrong. Your information. Yes, I have.
These people. I know what they talk about. I know the process. Don't sit there and tell me what's right or wrong. I do this for a living. I'm not talking about your little your
system. No, babe. You ain't got. You're wrong, D. Darrell. Now, maybe you need to clarify your statement, but you're wrong. You're wrong. But you're not going to let me. Well, I'm gonna let you finish up. I'm gonna let you finish up, and I'll speak after you. Go ahead and finish up, and I'll speak after you.
I'm trying to. Again, like I stated. They're going to do an investigation, BMT. Mm-hmm. They're going to do an investigation on the mother. They're going to do an investigation on where she lives, the environment that she's in. And to be honest with you, due to the fact that this child, and they found the fact, I guess what has been reported, what you've shown and so forth, the fact that they found that she potentially had sex or they found semen, they're going to take that child out of the home. I've seen this shit happen where they would investigate. They'll do a visit. They'll pop up and do a visit. They'll do an extensive interview with her, other family members, and so forth. And they're not going to go to the home and take this child. 90% of the times when they take that child, they're going to go to the school. And they're going to go to the school and they're going to go pick that child up and they're going to talk to the principals and give whatever information they want. And they're going to take that child out of school and they're going to actually see if another relative can take this child, or they're going to put her in foster care. This is what they do to our black children when stuff like this happens. Now, I don't know. She could say whatever she had in her incident, but I'm talking about the fact that I deal with like 50 to 60 of these a year for the last 15, 17 years. And I've dealt with different situations where cases were transferred to and from other states. And it's the same stuff. They act and do pretty much the similar thing. So if the chat and people in here want to listen to one incident, or you want to listen to someone who actually get paid and has been doing this for years, that's up to you. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to say go back and forth with you about what's right and what's wrong when I practice and get paid to do this, and I work hand in hand systematically with these government agencies ongoing. So I know what's likelihood to happen. Okay, so you can say what you want. I'm gonna sit back and I'm not gonna say one word.
Now, I'm showing y'all right here. Shout out to Jay Sean. Shout out to Young Link and Nixon and Kev when we were here. This is called an intake unit assigned for child battery and child abuse.
Right.
Pretty much as child services. Okay, so there's child services involved. When there's child penetration.
Can I speak to what BMT what D. Darrell said, because it's some very important nuances that he missed. So
I'm just showing y'all the players on the board. The person's name.
I want to speak to the part about CPT and child abuse, because he just gave out some information that's wrong, and I would really like to correct it, because this case has been going on since February. If that child,
are you talking about your child, or are you talking about this?
No, I'm talking about this case, because it was reported that this initially came back in February. So by Florida law, anytime there's an allegation of that, it has to be reported to the child abuse and vet hotline. And that's when they go in, because it's two separate entities. The police and the child abuse is two separate entities. Although they work together, they have different goals. They will use the term imminent danger. Now, if that mother was not a perpetrator of the crime and the child no longer resides or does not reside in the home with the perpetrator, they will not remove that child. So from that time to this time, that child has not been removed from the home. It's more than likely they made the assessment that she did not participate in, because the child is not in what they consider imminent danger. If they thought that that child was in imminent danger and still in the vicinity of the perpetrator, and the mother was refusing to take her away from him, yes, they would have. But there are very important nuances that you're missing, D. Darrell. And DMT, me and my mother was just speaking about this, because we was discussing something about, I think it was that child that got took in Florida, BMT, the other night. And I told you, so yes, you have worked with it 15 years. My mother worked with it more than 15 years. So I've always kept abreast of it. And I know, and you want to say anecdotal evidence, when you're not the alleged perpetrator, when your child is a victim of which you didn't participate in the process and your child is not in danger, they do not remove the children from the home. So that's the only point I wanted to correct you on. They do not take every child. If my child go to school and somebody touch her, they don't take the child from the home because the parent was not a part of that. And it still goes to situations like this. If the mother was unaware and she protected her child, which she did by taking her to the hospital, we're going to say, that's why the child still resides with her. That child would have been taken out immediately. And if they find out in the investigatory process that she is part of it, they will take her.
You didn't hear anything I stated. I did not say 100% of the time. I said in most cases, in most situations, it's a high percentage of. You heard what you wanted to hear. Every situation has its own unique circumstances, so there is some level of flexibility. So, yeah, listen, you want to be right, I'm going to let you be right. I'm just telling people what happens majority of the time. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just telling you, you need to be more concise in your statement so you will convey that.
Concise. How can I be concise with you when no matter what I'm saying, you're trying to hear what you want to hear instead of hearing exactly what I'm saying?
I heard what you said.
I can't help if you're going to misinterpret what I'm saying. That's on you.
Let me play this.
I'm quiet, BMT.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Let me just play this right here. Again, I like to go do, like before, I could have been the story, but I like to doggone make sure that whenever we cover this, whenever we cover these kind of information, that what happens is that it's concise, that we're showing y'all the police report, we're showing y'all everything, so that way it's not from me. I don't know. I guess somebody said it came. Tasha K somehow got into the police data bank and found out all this stuff and got the DNA and all the shit. That's amazing. Tasha K, I need to know what state is paying you this shit, because this stuff right here is literally that would mean you would have to somehow have access to the hospital as well as the police and all that shit. That is impossible. I mean, shit, you must know Jesus on a personal main line.
BMT, let me say something.
Go ahead.
I think we're making a big mistake when we diminish the power of the people just because they ratchet or we don't like them or something like that on social media. Hold on, let me finish this thing.
Why are you saying we don't like who? Who y'all talking about?
No, I'm talking about anybody. This is a general statement. When I say we, I'm talking general here. Okay, because people on social media, like you and like anybody, when they start to get to levels where they're getting 3 million followers, that means they have connections and they're getting intelligence from all states. They do have people that send them stuff from the police, from the nurse's office, they do
legally?
have, yeah. It doesn't matter if it's legally. Those people have those.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter. They have intelligence. It don't matter where they get the intelligence from. Okay. They get those pieces of intelligence from people working in those spaces. So yes, they can break stories, and even if they don't get it all correct, then you'll have the professionals come in and then sort all the correctness out. So when we say, oh, Tasha K can't break a story, I mean, she's broken stories. And not only her, but there's other people, even Sean King and all these other people, they get information. And that's all I just wanted to say that. Okay. Diminish those voices.
That's fine. That's fine. And I'm listening to all y'all. I encourage y'all to please, if you ever get a chance, but this is why I like to do my research. And I've done broken plenty of shit. And y'all people still believe and hang with people even after I tell y'all the damn plays. So Brother Polite, as y'all call him, he gets he's so much wanted and all this shit. I mean, I don't know why anybody follows this fucking clown. A Brother Polite is a debater, a linguist, an inventor of his own language. Jesus Christ. A celebrity mentor, UF proponent, and real estate mogul. The moniker Polite stands for pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallantry, honesty, and trust. Even though that we have
basically he a pimp, BMT. He a pimp. We know he got the lingo of a pimp. That's all.
So y'all do. So I get he has enemies. even though we have already seen people come out saying that he has stolen and had people signed out of homes, scams, and all kinds of stuff. But I'm gonna keep it going. He's the founder of the New Covenant, a spiritual community that is based on Egyptian mythology, which will be referred to in the post as Kemetic science and Kemet, as the name of Egypt used by Egyptians. So you have it where this man he's a goddamn genius, and literally he's mentoring people. I tell you, his best targets are weak-minded people and weak-minded people.
And D. Durrell knows this is what cults and subcultures feed on. He knows the history of these type of people, whether it's the conscious community, whether it's the polygamous community. D. Durrell knows the symptomology of that, and he can speak to it. And they often seek out either low self-esteem or low IQ people who are easily brainwashed. I'm happy that mother had not been brainwashed to the point, because there would have been a lot of mothers that would not have taken her. But D. Durrell can speak to that.
So hang on. So now I'm gonna go. I had to go right here, Jay Sean. You remember when me and you and Nixon and Kev covered this? A major tenet of Brother Polite, and Ruby will love this. A major tenet of Brother Polite's philosophy is the Black woman being God. The Black woman creates life every day, and this is verifiable. The Black woman is the backbone of the community and ensures the continuation of our race. Due to the Black woman's importance, the Black woman should serve the Black man should serve his woman, and all of his actions should be in support of his woman.
He's just pandering and catering and bunch of bullshit. Yeah,
I want you to make sure that these women that he is pandering and taking care of, these gods, these goddesses, these women that he is making sure,
these great mothers, I know.
These great mothers, he's taking care of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Women should be allowed. Okay, no. Men should not regulate how women should dress. If men want women covered up, it could show undercurrent.
But it's a
hold on. Let me finish everything. If men want women covered up, this is his law, his word. He's a genius to a lot of these people. If men want women covered up, it could show undercurrents of homosexuality in the man. If women are allowed to dress in clothing that is tight or revealing, this will aid in combating homosexuality in the Black community. So the more naked and free a woman can be, and more sexual she can be, it helps fight homosexuality, because the man is more able to be attuned to his sex of having sex with women. That's what he wants you women to understand. The more naked and free you can be, wearing.
But can I comment on that? BMT, you said he followed Egyptian mythology. Number one, Egyptian mythology was not what they call it monotheistic. It was multiple gods. So when he say the Black woman God, he might say that shit, but he say he's Zeus. He over all the motherfucking gods. And woman, you a god, but I'm a god over you, because they believe they're more than one God. So he can say that, but he still believes in the patriarchy of men. He's like, yeah, you God, bitch. But on the back end, men, guess what? We more powerful gods over them, because Egyptians were not what they call it monotheistic. When it's just one God, they had multiple gods. So he just saying, yeah, bitch, you one God, but you the lowest on the totem pole of the gods, because you a bitch.
So I'm just telling
I agree. Like I said, now I finally agree with something she said. Yeah, I agree with that.
Y'all have the right. Listen, I ain't telling y'all how to dress, how y'all want to dress. But
it's funny.
Like I said, y'all be mindful. Hey, nobody trying to tell y'all women how to dress. But understand that walk through that dark Walmart parking lot is real at night. It's gonna be a real motherfucker. And God damn it, some of y'all know. Some of y'all already been catcalled before, been in comfortable situations. You know how it is. So follow these tenets and shit. Women should be allowed to lead and become spiritual teachers, spiritual philosophy that teaches that women are the weaker
But I have to bite against this BMT because in countries where women don't even show nothing but their eyes, they're still raped. So we perpetuate this, and when we give room to it, there have been instances where women have had on all types of clothes and been done. So when we play to this, and when we say, oh, but by the way, women, I'm not saying that, but is a justifier of bad stuff. So we say that, but it's a disservice because it plays into that other stuff. So we play around the edges of it without saying it because we know that's not true. We know women have been raped because I guarantee you, when whatever, I ain't gonna bring up another panel, but have spoke very candidly about her things and stuff. But women who have on all clothes have been taken advantage of. So we should not do a disservice by talking about how people dress, because women that have been coming home from work at night in the Walmart parking lot with uniforms on have been raped.
So my job, my honesty, I would tell everybody is fuck talking about protection, because that protection shit is full of birds and it's dead and gone. When people come to me about that protection.
You want to do what you want to do, protect yourself.
Do your good luck. Good luck, nigga. A box of bullets cost $15. Yeah. Don't run that shit to me.
When you start asking men for protection, then when you start asking men for protection and provisions, you asking for.
I'm gonna say this here. I'm gonna cite this here. When men are killed, 95, 96, 97% of the time, it's by men. When women are killed, 90% or more of the time, it's by men. If women were killing women, it would be the problem. But you cannot be the arsonist and the pyromaniac and create the fire and then blame women and say we aren't going to protect you. Our protection is from men. So what we need is for men to speak to other men about
and we need
their
women
behavior.
to listen.
So we would not need this protection. But when we further the conversation, when we further the conversation with this type of rhetoric,
you get no protection
it is a justification. It is a justification. I've been fighting dirty old black men my whole life.
No, you run your mouth
dirty
and you bust your gun
me.
and you protect yourself.
This ain't new. It ain't new. It ain't new. It ain't new. It ain't
Get your bullets, girl.
It ain't
pow,
new.
Pow.
It
Protect
ain't new.
yourself.
And guess what? I had a strong ass mama that kept plenty of y'all old dirty ass men out these draws from the time I was 5 years old.
Now we know,
so
now
it ain't
why
new
you so
that
mad.
we got to protect ourselves.
Oh no, I ain't mad.
I ain't mad. But no, but that's statistically, and instead of these talking points about how women dress, speak to men about how they react to how women dress. We see fine ass men all the time, but we don't ogle them and do all this stuff. You spend the time talking about women dressing, spend time talking about reactions to how women dress to men.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Men and women are different. So let me
get
this straight. Hey, no.
I know, but don't worry about it. It's a waste of time.
It is a waste of time.
It's a waste of time, dog. That's a wrap over there.
So
that joint is done.
Pretty much back to what we were saying. So women should be allowed, and I agree. I want you women to be able to dress how you see fit. I never am going to check you women on how you dress, what the fuck y'all wear, anything. Actually, I'm getting tired of talking about a lot of these bullshit ass talking points. Don't send me none of this content or anything if it don't deal with what I give a fuck. So he says the women are the weaker vessel, will damage the psychology of young girls. These young women will have less confidence and seek to.
But you brought up the talking point, BMT. Nobody brought it up but you.
Okay, you're right. Listen.
She's a fighter.
Listen. So here's the thing about it is this. Listen. God gave all of y'all free reign. Okay? A box of bullets costs $15. A good Taurus handgun costs $220. If you're not my woman and I don't fuck with you, good luck. Aim true from the hip to the head. I wish you the best of luck. If you're not somebody I don't know on the street, like a brother, I know you like that, motherfucker, don't talk your shit if you can't back it up. Okay?
Salute to Mama Rain. Mama Rain is right.
I'm not, listen, I agree. Hey, Mama Rain
is absolutely right.
I'm pretty sure Mama Rain got a gun. I'm pretty sure. Listen, to all y'all motherfuckers.
The rules are simple, man. My grandmother taught me a long time ago. You don't want to follow the house rules, you're on your own. So handle your business.
When women buy a gun,
You got it.
Hey, shit. You saw what I told y'all. Get y'all some bullets. I don't want to hear shit.
There you go. Salute to Mama Rain. I agree. I'm standing up right now on my desk saluting Mama Rain. I agree.
I agree, boy.
I agree. Because I can't pull a shit for a loud mouth. Don't want to listen to. Do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Drive a gun and be ready to.
So y'all just saying y'all agree with Polite, who's accused rapist?
Hey. No, we don't agree with him. She does.
Wait a minute, hold on. Where did you just read?
Where did you?
We were shooting down his words, and she's upholding his words.
I just told y'all I'm gonna get bullets in the gun. I don't know.
You don't want the woman to.
Hey, Super Mike, I'm gonna tell you something, Super Mike, man. Super Mike, I'm gonna ask you a question, Mike.
Get bullets in the gun. What else?
Super Mike, I'm gonna ask you a question. Super Mike, I'm gonna ask you a question. You're a professional guy, right?
I mean, I'm an electrician, yeah.
Okay, so but I'm saying that you working, so you know that as a customer, right? When you not as a customer, excuse me, as a supervisor, you get to run your shop, right, as a supervisor, or as a boss, because you pay people, right? So now you're responsible for those people's well-being. You paying them, they pay checks and stuff like that. Do those people get to talk back to you and tell you what to do?
Yeah, if they're right.
What do you mean if they're right?
If they are correct. Because
I tell you, I rephrase the question. Do they get to run the shop?
What do you mean by talk back to me? I mean, because I don't understand. You talking about being disrespectful?
That's what I just said. No, being disrespectful, but throw all it out. How about run the shop? They get to run the shop, or you do?
Run the shop. I'm running the shop, but I mean,
okay. No. You have the title, right? You paying the paychecks, but do they get to run the shop? Or do you?
I mean, I just need to be clear because when you saying run the shop, yeah, they do their job. I do my job. Ain't nobody better than nobody else. That's how I run stuff. That's how I keep the peace.
Okay. So you running stuff, but they get to have equal say or more, right?
Yeah, they get to say.
But you running stuff.
They get to say what they have to say. Because if I make a mistake and something blows up, we all in trouble.
Okay, no fight. I just want to know I just want to get a take on your mentality. That's all. I just want to see how you thought about it.
That's how I work because
I got you.
And hey, let me get one in, man. Look, one thing. I think I didn't think any of this had to do with anything with gender at all. Because I'll put myself in the same space. I think as a parent, even as a single parent, I'm going to be questioned, and it's more about parenting now than anything when we was talking earlier. Okay, if my daughter, let's just say me, and I'm raising a 9-year-old, let's say my daughter 14, and I got to dress like some of the pictures and sending her out to go hang or go to a party, allegedly, whatever the facts are, whatever. Because the police have statements. I agree with BMT. All of them nobody should believe everything they see on the news, but somebody has to make some statements, especially when they got a child involved. And I think that this investigation took months. So they took their time. It took a minute to get the results, and then whatever the charges. So they must feel pretty strong about this man, but he got a lot of questioning. But just as a parent, as a custodial parent, for the most part, I have to be mindful of what I'm sending my child. Now, I didn't mean that to turn into the woman. It just happened to be a lot of single parent women. But goddamn, why are we putting our child in an adult situation, dressing like adults at 14? And that's going back to the basics. Now, as far as Polite. Man, what you doing in the room alone with this little girl? Okay, I don't care if they met the lobby, what hotel, you alone with enough that they got semen, and if they got semen evidence, I don't know about the disputing that. If they got that, enough to make an arrest, that's a problem. And then somebody saying that like they were trying to get her to throw up when she came to, and there was liquor. Those are statements. That was given there. So I can roll with the police on that. They ain't just coming in the room.
Oh, shoot. Breaking news. Breaking news, man. I'm about to roll out. But before I go, let's just say this real quick. I just looked something up. Mother of the goddamn year. The girl's fucking IG page is still up. Ain't that something? So much for protecting that girl. Goddamn shame. So much for protecting her daughter. Her IG is still up.
Has anybody been because I actually been kept up with Polite for a little while now, some years. Has anybody else been?
No, I haven't, man.
I've watched Polite since 2014.
I saw him way back then
back in
old
14
videos and shit where he was wearing that little pointed hat.
Yeah.
Right. I was with Cole with that. That's a pimp and hustler. That's
D-Rail, you muted, man.
Then he like trying to get his own. I know in New York and major cities, hell, they got so many people. All you need is a few to believe in you and make money. Hell,
right.
Not for that shit. So that's how he made his money. That's how he came across that polygamy, women, all this. Yeah, you go get some women to gravitate to you.
Shout out to Sister Ruby, and Ruby and Shar. They
Malachi York,
right? Yeah. So yeah, I
actually met him.
I gotta go get his mentor. His mentor, Polite is known to have a god or / mentor that is a child molester. Polite is known for taking his mentor's victims and saying he deserves to be free because his good work should cancel out the pedo. Mind you, his mentor is already up for child molestation also.
Well, we have a problem with
serving life sentences, right?
Let me say something though, because I actually
I'm seeing a pattern, man. I'm seeing a pattern with this stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The thing is though, those New Wapians, now Malachi York, I actually met him in New York. He wrote his book, his Bible, and his thing, and I thought he was pretty weird. Yeah, I met him when I was doing some sales back then. I was selling artwork and stuff like that, and he was in a booth next to me. And he tried to convince me. He showed me his Bible. I was like, "Oh, okay, you wrote your own Bible, okay?" So anyway, I was talking to him. He was the elder brother, so I just respected him and everything. But I just, was just like, okay, whatever. But then, I did keep track of them, and I actually had to debate him, not him, but some of his people, several times, and it just often seemed. I'm not going to lie, they seemed a little out there to me. And like you said, when they went there and bought the property down there in Georgia and had the
compound
situation going on.
That his name right there, Malachi York?
In Georgia, huh?
That's his name, Malachi Dr.
Malachi Z. York. Yeah, that guy. Okay, but the thing is,
he's charged with child abuse. God.
Well,
man.
yeah, he is.
Patterns, bro. I'm feeling.
Well, the thing is, though, but BMT, you gotta understand, every New Wapian is not into that. They're the ones that turned him in.
Listen,
and see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the reason why I'm talking about when stuff happens. If you want to just go against the legal process and just convict people when we know we haven't nobody challenge any facts or any statements by the police, because we know that they're talking about the semen and everything, so that sounds bad. It may be bad. If he needs to go to jail, he needs to go to jail for 100 years or get the death penalty. But at the same time, I'm not prepared to sit here and break down and say that nobody deserves the legal process, because that puts everybody in danger.
Smoking gun, man. I mean,
it's not a smoking gun, because you got doctors who had to have 40,000 cases reversed because they were manipulating DNA evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. That's probably not the case in this situation, but nobody has challenged it. And that's all I'm saying to y'all. That's the only thing I'm saying. As soon as we get good information that's been challenged.
But the thing about Florida is Florida threw away thousands of DNA tests on rapes. Thousands. Florida don't even really. This case must be like super easy or something, because Florida really don't give a fuck about women. They threw away thousands and thousands of cases and women was pissed.
Okay, but
but that's Florida. But at
the man denied he denied the allegations
too. Though they provided the evidence too, Cole. That's a big thing when you got multiple. The dress is still there. Like, ask Bill Clinton about the dress.
The dress, don't lie, y'all.
Right.
Like,
and then they say multiple spots, areas. Like,
that's all I'm saying. Cause Florida really don't give a fuck about no bitches. Florida don't give a fuck about no bitches for the most part.
I'm gonna go ahead and play it again for people. And like I said,
play polite statement.
They really don't care.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna play it. Hang on. Let me go ahead and check
no audio. Now, turn the audio on.
Yeah, I got to turn the audio on.
There you go.
Y'all know who he look like, huh? Dave Chappelle.
Online posts, but now the social media influencer, motivational speaker, is making headlines for the wrong reason.
That's a black man now. It's a black man and a black woman.
With more on the arrest of the man known as Brother Polite. Kim.
Brother
Here at the Miami Beach Police Department earlier this week, police charged him with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. We did speak with his lawyer earlier tonight, who says that these charges are false. This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Nowak Jr., also known as Brother Polite, to his more than 300,000.
No, that's the social media. That's not ours. That's his stuff. I'm going to just pause it on certain stuff for y'all. Okay.
Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Nowak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in L.A., asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after.
You heard that. He asked the woman.
Asked the woman, can he take the daughter? Yeah.
He asked the woman.
And
no. He turned himself in. He gave his
And if that was my daughter and a nigga asked me to take my 14-year-old daughter to a party,
hey,
y'all niggas should be on my ass.
First of all, why did you purposely
I'll take responsibility, nigga.
You asked for the child.
Yeah, that nigga's a predator. A man would have caught that.
We're not going to no longer say he did not know, because he asked the mother for the child. Let's continue.
After party at a club in Miami. The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after Miami. To an after party at a club in Miami.
Wait. What did I say one more time?
Nowak took the teen to his hotel. Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in L.A., asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami.
So wait. Not to a lobby.
A fucking after party.
Not to church.
This is the report, though.
Not to a conference for youth and teens. He asked, can I take your child to an after party?
And CPS is going to have a big problem with that.
What after parties I need all adults. If anybody can tell me what after parties they have.
You're right on. I agree with Cole on some stuff, but you're right on. You're
going to have to tell me.
Y'all got to understand that this is a police. I want to hear.
Bayside, Koja, somebody please tell me what after party they have a 14-year-old.
Can I ask Mike a question? Mike, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah,
Mike. So are you saying to us right now that Polite gave his own police report?
I don't know.
So who you think the complaint is coming from? Who you think is telling the story?
The claim is coming from the police.
No, the claim. But who did the police get the story from? Did they get it from Polite?
Tell me since you know.
I'm asking you. Usually the complaint came from the mother. No. We know the mother took the kid to the hospital, right?
No, listen. This is what I know. I know that the police reported this, and I know that the news is saying that the police reported this. We don't know what actually happened, and that's
what they're reading is they're reading the complaint. That's the complaint.
Okay, they're reading the complaint, and that's fine. So that's a fact that this is what the complaint says.
All right, but Mike, if you get arrested, Mike,
I'm saying to y'all,
no, Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike, I'm throwing right back to you. I'm gonna ask you a quick question, Mike. If you get arrested for beating up your wife, just say you got arrested for domestic violence, right?
Okay.
Now, is the complaint going to be in your words or hers?
I don't know. It's going to be the police are going to fill out the complaint.
Oh, they're going to just make up a story.
They do all the time. It's a routine. You can look at many.
That's a detailed story, man. That's a detailed story to make up for the police, man. I mean, everybody
get some bullets.
Hey, MOT, get your bullets and get your 10-4 kufi. Get your 10-4 kufi and let's take a ride.
If any police, please, people that work at police departments, they will tell you. Even the police will tell you that it's routine that they leave out information, and sometimes
even in the chat room, now the complaint is his accounts. Gotcha.
That's what the police said.
Yeah, so this is what happened. Now arrest me, y'all. Take me to jail.
That's why
Thank you.
A lot of things all the time when their stuff gets challenged.
This is why I wanted to play the news, because the news has no.
It don't matter.
In this game.
The news said the police.
What?
The news said according to police records. So the news is simply
no, not record. He gave his statement. His statement was that he said no. So when he said, "Hold up," the mother
reverse it.
No. He thought it was gonna be cool to say, "Hey, the mother said it was okay for her to go with me." That's what we all heard, right? That
reverse it. I heard according to police records. That's what I heard.
Okay. Cool.
That's all I heard. I'm just saying.
Cool. I mean, no. BMT, this is beautiful, BMT. You know what? This is exactly why. Then what Mike just did is justify.
Add stuff of why this.
I'm not adding anything. Let me finish, Mike. This is exactly why the woke community is not saying anything, because there's no evidence. It's the police report.
They're saying
you know what I mean? Yeah, there's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? We don't know what happened. It's the police. You can't trust the police. So let's go ahead and act like nothing happened.
Okay, so you saying that we can trust the police?
If the police arrested him, so you believe the police arrested him, right? You believe the charges against him, right?
Well, they arrested him. They charged him.
So what would the charges be based on?
They can charge anybody. They can charge a ham sandwich.
So there's no story then. BMT, let's change subjects, man. Ain't nothing happened here.
Because I'm actually dealing with actual facts, and I'm actually concerned about actual truth. If the man is guilty,
no, you're not doing facts, Mike. You saying what if? You saying what if the police report is false?
They might be false because they have known to be false.
Hey,
thousands of police reports have been.
We know that, man. Come on, man. All right.
So then, don't pretend like you don't know that. Don't pretend like that's not an actual reality that we're dealing with.
What would be the purpose of falsifying this?
That's what usually police.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
The police did something that caused problems.
You're asking me a question,
and they're protecting themselves. Usually, right? When they do it, they're protecting themselves. Why would they do this to protect him?
Why y'all don't know what
they gotta make sure he's safe.
Y'all don't understand. All I'm saying to y'all is this is the actual facts that we have.
All right, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna send you a bigger tinfoil kufi, BMT. I don't think the one you got fit.
I mean,
I'm send you a bigger one, man.
That's some little childish ad hominem kind of talk right there. Okay, the bottom line is the actual facts. You're dealing with actual legal systems, and you would want that.
Mike, I agree with you. I said they do.
You can't prove that though.
I can't prove nothing, and you can't prove nothing. That's
no, but wait a minute. But
Mike, there's nothing to talk about them.
You're the one saying that the document is not factual. You got to prove that it's not factual.
I proved that
you have to prove that.
You know what, D-Terrell? Ask Tasha K.
My claim.
Believe Tasha K. Where's Tasha K?
Information comes from a police report.
We need Tasha K. Where's Tasha K when you need her?
On the police report, I don't know.
Oh my God!
So you're saying that they falsified this?
I didn't say that. You're saying that.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Is that what you're saying?
What I said.
Are you potential? Are you saying they potentially? Are you telling me super right that they potentially?
No, you're saying you're making up something now.
No, he's asking you. He said potentially.
I already told him. That's why he doesn't have to ask.
He said potentially, Mike.
No, he already he's trying to twist and change. He already
knows.
But
you know what I'm saying. Do you think that they potentially?
I don't know that.
Okay, so then if you don't know that, how are you going to give this premise?
No, I'm saying you don't know either.
But I'm trusting the document.
Why are we trusting?
I got you, BMT.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm trusting
Overnight Express.
Are you trusting the documents? Okay. Let me ask you this
because it's been reported.
I'm gonna answer your question, and you answer this, please. Look, are you saying that we cannot find literally thousands in every state of falsified police?
Why are we talking about other things when we?
Can I answer that question?
This report that we're reading.
Can I answer? Can I give a quick answer to that? The answer, Mike, is Mike. The answer to your question is yes, and I agree with you.
Okay,
that's usually. Let me finish. Can I finish? But that's usually when cops are protecting themselves from some shit they did. Yeah, I never seen cops falsify a report to protect a nigga they don't know.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, they falsify a report to get their agenda done. They might want you to just go to jail.
What agenda is they? So they want 14-year-old girls get in touch? What are you talking about?
Well, they probably want somebody to go to jail.
Get your 10-4 Kofi.
There's a lot of motivation.
Come on, you reach
don't know. You don't know.
Come on.
I'll be right back, man. I gotta go unbox my 10-4. I'm getting the big one out now.
You have entire riots and protests over police misconduct. What are you talking about?
We're not talking about police misconduct. We're talking about
a man that you're talking about trusting a police report, especially from the state of Florida. The state of Florida is notorious for police misconduct and police abuse and lying and slander and all sorts of things on the highway.
Mike, who's supposed to do the job and serve him justice? Who's supposed to do the job? Who's supposed to do this job?
Who's supposed to do the job as serving him justice is number one. If you look at the Constitution, that's supposed to be the law of the land. Everybody's supposed to be basically innocent until proven guilty. So if we want to throw that away just because some, police report without any actual
Mike, they claim there's semen in it. Mike, they claim there's semen in it. That's a lot to lie on, man. They lying about semen now too.
Hold on. They claim. That's all I wanted to know. I like I said before, if I see his challenge to the evidence that they have presented and his challenge is weak, then he's guilty. But I'm just telling y'all that at the point that we are at this very moment over this internet, based on this news report, we're kind of locking ourselves into a belief.
I want to apologize to Kojo.
Anybody challenging it.
I want to apologize to Kojo because me and her having a debate and having an argument was a waste of fucking time because this shit ain't him. We don't know what anything happened. You know what I mean? So just sit back and wait. You know what I mean? There's no even point even having this conversation. So I apologize to my sister.
This is why y'all don't ask me why I'm going over to talk about white people shit now. Because white people don't argue this damn much with me. I'm going to go over there. I'm done talking about damn.
Who is we?
I'm going over there. I'm about to go over to white people.
Are y'all telling me that I can't go?
Oh my God.
I don't know how to do black people.
Hey, BMT, I gotta roll out, man.
I need to go there.
Hey, BMT, I gotta roll out real quick. I just want to say this before I go. Look, I hope this is not true.
Are in jail because they falsified.
Hey, BMT.
DNA.
Hey, BMT, hold on. I gotta roll, man. So I just want to say this real quick before I roll out, man. I hope this is not true because, again, I'm gonna say this like I said in the beginning. Because if this is true, we got a young sister out here, is 14 years old, that's gonna have to wear this for the rest of her life. You understand me? So I hope it's not true for that reason and that reason only, man. So y'all be good, man. Y'all be cool. Thanks for letting me come up being.
Jay, literally, it says it right here. The victim, listen, literally force. Where's it at? Force. She said this is force.
Yeah, this shit gets graphic, man. Look, I got a daughter. My daughter's 17. I'm telling you right now, if somebody did this to my daughter, you can't threaten me with jail. They gotta get out of here.
Like that comes from a report that the police took from somebody. The police.
I'm gonna say this here. Can I speak? I just want to say this one thing. Can I speak? Number one, I will never put anything past the police. Let's get this straight. But what we saw was edited, smaller edits, what a newscaster took to make a report. Those reports are months long and pages long. They condensed it. And I'm willing to say, let's wait to the evidence. But I'm not willing to besmirch this mother and all of that stuff in the process. And that's why I came up. But I can say for 100% fact, and I actually have the literal document here. And I will share it if anybody want me to share it because I'm a facts person. My son, my black son, was accused of something in which they say they had pictures. It never made it in around one court document. They had a whole motherfucking video recording. My son went nowhere there and went nowhere involved in it. So we're seeing condensed versions. And I say, before I'm going to besmirch this woman's name and her character, I'm going to wait for everything to play out. The DNA is damning. I'm going to say that. But I'm not going to say, let's go in on this mama stuff because we're only getting snippets, very little snippets of probably hundreds of pages of report on the media.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna go in on Mama and also Brother Polite. I'm gonna go on both of them. If you're telling me that if somebody is requesting my child in the late of the night, motherfucker, I'm gonna be like, okay, bitch, I need to go find out what the fuck is really going on, because ain't no way I'm gonna ever feel
two can be wrong.
Ain't no way I'm gonna ever feel comfortable with knowing somebody. There's no way I'm gonna ever feel comfortable. I only know you for 1 fucking year, and I'm gonna send my child, a developed young woman, to go with a man at night. I wouldn't send my son to go with a woman, and he's 13 or 14. I wouldn't send any child. What parent would send their child to go with any adult in the late at night to an after party? The fuck? You know, hell, teachers have to go get so many guys. Listen, man, this is why kids, this is why it's so easy to prey on black children, because literally the gauntlet of Olympics that we play. And this is why I know, this is why if you're a black child, good luck, bro. Now mind you, he believed in black people so much, he hired a non-black person to defend him. He didn't hire one of y'all black motherfuckers. No. He hired somebody else. Now, mind you, let's go back to what we got to play.
That he is going to be exonerated. Yep. So yeah, not guilty.
That's all he has to say.
According to the police report, Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in LA, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami.
Thank you.
The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Nowak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs.
The report shows the mother found her child intoxicated and on drugs. That would be a date rape drug. And there was vomit. Now I take that serious, but that child was assaulted. Okay? The child was assaulted and abused. And I feel for that child, because now her trust in adults and men is going to sorely be damaged. It's sorely going to go by the wayside. Like I said, I'm not listening. If y'all want to read these reports, I encourage y'all, go get them and pull them up. Okay. Now, for the most part, that child's going to be fucked up. We know a lot of men go after young girls. And a lot of mothers have to tell their daughters, watch out for these men. Now, that mother, I'm pretty sure that was a horrific incident for her to find her child drugged and intoxicated and hear her daughter was violated. And she probably didn't know. She didn't know. But if that man is also throwing the shade at her, saying that, yo, I asked her, could she come with me? Now the mother has to defend herself. But the mother did take the child to the hospital. The mother did take the child to the hospital. Now the mother has to say, I didn't tell you to do that. That's like when parents say, yeah, I gave my child permission to go to a school dance, not to no club. But then when they get a call saying, hey, we got your child here on Burger Street at the nightclub. Hold up. I could have sworn you signed the permission form to be there. What's going on, Jay?
Yeah. To me,
it doesn't matter what the mom said to me. If these, like I said, if this stuff is proven to be true beyond a reasonable doubt to me, then it don't matter what the mom gave him permission to do. None of that matters. You see what I'm saying? It's time for heads. You see what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I take the application of the you know what I'm saying, the law, and giving everybody the chance to adequately defend themselves. Because to me, once you are found to be, guilty of certain things, it is actually time for you to be taken out of here. And that cannot be rushed, in my opinion.
No, okay. So I want you to understand it, GOJ. The fact that he's saying that, hey, the mother knew, or she has some type of, he's also saying that the mother knew. That's why he made the statement that, hey, I asked the mother, could I take the child with me? So guess what? The mother has to also defend herself also in the court. Y'all can say that. I'm telling you. That's why there's an investigation on the mother's word and his word. Because then child service is going to be like, well, why did you send your 14-year-old child with a man you only known for 1 year? You understand me? This ain't about me attacking nobody. This is about me being a parent, an accountable parent. I wouldn't even send a lot of parents these days will tell you they're nervous about their child spending the night at somebody's house that they really don't know like that. With all these things that have been happening to children getting beat, harmed, killed. So a lot of children, a lot of parents, if you're a respectable parent or accountable parent, you're going to grill your child on what goes on at the school, what goes on at their friend's house, what do they hear about in a car. That's not me being over the top, but I'm just saying these things happen. If there is something where there's a mark on a child, they open up an investigation at the school. They say, hey, how did you get that? Now the parent got to defend themselves. I'm not telling you what I think I know. I'm telling you what I know. So they're going to ask the question, you know, because he's been grooming one for exactly. Like that's why.
They said this happened in February.
It takes time. Like, y'all, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing.
Like I said, I don't know anything.
No.
I'm just being aware of this here.
Okay.
So
no. Okay, right. Okay. So the thing about it, right?
I don't know nothing. I
got you, Mike. And this is the thing about it, where on this channel and Dita Real also, y'all gotta understand these type of cases. And Dita Real will tell you these type of cases when it comes to child abuse and sexual assault, they're not a one and done overnight case. Nope. These take time. There are many different agencies that have to get involved. They don't just get up at night. Oh, yeah, let's all get up to the courthouse. No, you have to call them in. Once you start getting, you got to go get the evidence. You got to go check the cameras. To go check cameras, what do you need? A warrant. You got to get a warrant to go get the hotel. You got to go get a warrant to go get the DNA from the hospital, but you got that's HIPAA. To go get the information from the child, the school, who has this child been in contact with. There's a lot of different degrees when a child is involved. You can't, this is not an adult, this is a child. So you can't just move freely. And that takes time. But when they start getting it together, that's when they're like, okay, we're allowed to. If the news would have just jumped on it and just put it out there, they can be sued. You're dealing with the state. And it doesn't have to be the parent that necessarily actually presses the charges. The state can press the charges. So actually, the mother did the right thing. The minute she found her child intoxicated, got her ass right to the hospital. And she got a sexual assault kit. There were bruises done to the mouth. They're going to check the blood. If they find alcohol in the blood, and he was the last person with the child, then guess what? That means that child was in a non-consensual form. So why does the child have drugs and alcohol in their system? And D. Darrell will tell you right now. D. Darrell, I'll give it to you. Because can a child ever consent?
Cannot consent, man. That's crazy. Do we even having these discussions?
I don't know. What's a child?
I mean, the thing is, this is the problem, though. Who's having these discussions is people who concerned about the truth, and we gotta see. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody wants to make room for a difference of opinion, even if someone is slightly ignorant, to make them kind of feel as like if they're less than just because maybe they don't know the situation, or to talk down to them. That's going to automatically cause a conflict. Okay, and that's all I'm saying. It's like people are going to have these situations, these kind of conversations, and like somebody like me, I'm actually concerned about what actually happened, because if the crime happened, the punishment needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't believe in no 100 years sitting up in no jail.
Now, here's the
That's
thing.
how I think of it.
Now, here's the thing about it. If somebody would say, well, he just meeting her to, if the function was over, why didn't, now, if a child goes to a basketball game, we know football season going on right now. Let's say our child said, hey, I'm going to a football game. Most parents always ask the question, well, what time does the football game end? Right? That's what they're going to ask. So if the football game starts at 6 or 7 most of the time, and it ends at, the football game might go on for 2 hours. So I might say if it starts at 7, it ends at 9. Probably like that. Then most of the time, at around 9:15, no later, you need to call me. Let me know what's going on. Who you riding back with? Jamie's mom. Let me talk to Jamie's mom. You see how that worked? So now, Brother D. Darrell or myself or you are now in contact with the other parent. And we want to speak to the other parent. Are you picking them up? We understand that with the trafficking and attack on our children, I'm holding accountability to parents. That I would not trust any man. If a man or a woman were to ask specifically about taking my child somewhere in late of the night, there is no level unless we are married, or that is our child. There is no fucking way. You can never tell D. Darrell or yourself or me that I would trust another person to take our teenage child in the late of the night. If that's not a red flag, any man in his right mind will say, yo, why did you ask that woman for her child? What was her response?
Exactly.
What was your idea to take her? See, and mind you, you know the thing about it? Hotels these days, you know the thing about it? Hotel staff now, did you know hotel staff, depending on certain hotel staff, they look at things when they see a man and a young girl going into a hotel. Y'all make bitch and complain saying they need to mind their fucking business, and I hear that shit a lot. But they look at that shit a lot because guess what? These kind of scenarios be happening. So when they see a girl going into a hotel with a grown man and it don't make no damn sense, why did he need a hotel room? Well, the mama had a hotel. Now there's so many things going on. This thing about the groping and all that stuff, that sounds like that came from the victim and her parent. Not from his mom. That's what she told. Her head pushed towards a genital area. That's from so I'm not victim shaming. I'm giving you what the victim told the nurse and the police. But the police come down there, mainly a woman, behind closed doors with the victim, and they start asking questions, and it's not easy, but it takes a lot of strength, and a lot of them they mentally can't do it at first. So they have to try to make them relive it, and that's very hard. So they might have to go get a therapist or a counselor or some people to try to get them to reopen up. That takes time, and that might take days. You can ask D. Darrell, you can ask Classic Ruby. You got to try to get them to relive it and want to talk about it. And if they're not mentally there, they ain't gonna say shit. So now they got it. So now they got investigation that they got to do. But you got to get them to be willing to testify and give a written statement. There's a process to this. The police will tell you, I can't force you to give a statement. You have to come down there and give a statement. If I'm saying anything off, you got Jay out there that can correct me. D. Darrell. D. Darrell will tell you that anything that sounds endangerment of the child or the patient, I have to what? What do you have to do, D-Darrell?
Child and the patient.
If it sounds like anything that is danger, or
I'm gonna report that. Gotta be reported. Easy.
That's his job. That's his job.
It's actually unethical not to.
That's his job. The police will, if he heard that there was something going on in that home that's a harm to a child or a minor or a person, he has to report that. They will call child services if they feel like once they find out that she's been penetrated, child services is coming. I don't give a damn what y'all say.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Listen, go ahead and try to take that child out of that hospital after they find a man's semen on that minor. You will get arrested right there on the spot.
Man, I've seen children taken off a list. You know, I know I'm in a different state, but I've seen it happen for lists. So I mean, I'm just saying. But
no. That JLG, that's fine. I deal with this. So I actually deal with actually finding sex traffic victims. That's my profession. Super Mike knows that, and D. Darrell. That's what a lot of people. D. Darrell deals with it in the therapy session. Okay, Mike is a father, so I understand if y'all ask for that. If you want Classic Ruby to come up, I like I said, this is why I don't want to deal with.
Let me say something though.
Go ahead.
This is what I mean. Like, this is what I push back against is when a person is found to be a criminal. All right. Let's say you have a R. Kelly. Let's say anybody that's a criminal. A person is a criminal. What's the one it was a hip hop group or something that were found to be messing with some kids or something like that. I forgot what it was. Or some preachers or something. If somebody
about African Bambaataa?
Yeah, African Bambaataa. Okay,
that's what your boy that's on YouTube now.
Okay. Yeah, whoever it is. I know these are criminals.
He was a victim. Who? Hassan Campbell. He was a victim of African Bambaataa.
Yeah, Campbell. Yeah, I think he was a victim of it. But what I'm saying is, if we find out somebody is a criminal, you punish the criminal. You find out the crime and you punish the criminal. You don't start saying, "Oh, all of them hoteppers or all of them black people or all of them black men." See, this is what they're doing with the polite thing. And this is what they're doing and this is what pisses me off. And it's almost like, to me, it to me reminds me of the slave training when, you know, one of y'all do something, all y'all in trouble. You see what I'm saying? So there's a tendency of everybody, when one person, you know, they'll big up one person's worst crime or something because this individual is a criminal, but all of us got to deal with that. All of us got to pay for that, or all of us got to be stereotyped because that person is a criminal. Just because I like Egyptian history or I like to look into, you know, metaphysics or something like that. Oh no, I don't want to look into that because I don't want to be like a Hotepper. You see what I'm saying? This is what I don't like, and it's not fair, it's not smart, and not too many other people do this, except when they're trying to stereotype somebody for warfare, the ragheads or whatever they call it, the Vietnam people, goots or something like that. I forgot what they call them.
Now, okay, so I hear you with that, right?
Yeah, that's what I don't like. When somebody's a criminal, punish the criminal, get them out of here.
Now,
don't smear stereotypes on thousands and hundreds of thousands of people.
Here's the thing about it. It's interesting because you have people from the woke community that are attacking Tasha K. I'm not attacking Tasha K. Hell, I didn't even bring her ass up, really. You got people from that community that support Polite that are attacking her. Ain't nobody attacking ABC. Ain't nobody attacking Kim, the reporter, or the brother that did it, or the police. Why are they attacking them? Why are they attacking the content creator? I mean, y'all can run that shit to me. I don't give a fuck. I mean, y'all know I'm gonna just talk my shit. But if somebody's fucked up that did some fucked up shit, y'all need to say, hey, bro, till you get your shit squared away, hey, man, because you're gonna have a hard time explaining this shit to us. Why were you by yourself with that person in a hotel at this late of the night? Can't lie about the goddamn alcohol and drugs in her system.
Nor the DNA.
Nor the DNA. We're going to have a hard time telling me how your semen from your genitals got on her, inside of her. And she was drunk. So that, you had the mom, you already did the mom.
Did the report say that? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, because I'm just looking at that report. And the thing is, if the defense comes back, because I've listened to cases many times where, especially we've done it in when I was going to college and debate class. You know, one person would present a argument and they would have so many facts, and you'd be like, "Damn, ain't nothing gonna change that." And then when the next
engaging child.
Then when the next person comes in and they present a more comprehensive set of facts, then it would change your perspective. And that's all I'm saying to us that could happen. Now, if the other person presents the other set of facts and you still like, nah, but that don't change this fact. Okay. Now I'm more concrete in what I say. But I don't just go off of the first report.
Nothing. So here's the thing about it. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna show you how it works. When there is penetration, regardless whether you are there or not, there's always going to be tearing of the tissue,
right?
Okay, of contraction and stuff. Okay, if her body had any kind of penetration, mind you, there's vomit. She has swollenness of the mouth. Okay. This is not from me. This is from the medical.
Is that what was on the report? Because I heard them mention the swelling of the mouth.
Swelling of the mouth.
I don't know about, all some of the.
No. They went into depth on a lot of things. Y'all can go ahead and look it up. He's already at 2 felonies.
Right.
Okay.
They don't make things look good.
So once they already started bringing out the other goddamn shit, listen, man,
it's a wrap.
It ain't much you can say on there, but I mean, it literally, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll see when they do the defense. But the
thing about it, Polite continues to idolize and say things, show this admiration for Malachi York. And he continued to do so despite what Malachi did. And that, to me, all that shit gonna come up as far as on his character.
Right.
All that digital.
I don't have a problem with considering all that as fact, but I'm just saying like I said, my main concern too with the reason why when you start stereotyping a whole community based upon its criminals, then what you end up having, you have a collective defense of behaviors sometimes.
Listen,
and that's all I'm saying. Some of y'all, let me say like this. I mean, I hear these words, hoteppers and what else they call them, conscious communities. I hear this type of stuff. I'm like, that you gonna get, you ain't gonna, you gonna start getting.
I understand you trying to be as objective as possible.
Oh no, I'm being pretty much. I'm just letting you know that's the reason why you're gonna get a lot of defense, because when somebody
I wouldn't. Why would it? Okay, so why would anybody want to listen? If there was a preacher that was caught in the back of the church with a young girl and she's pulling up her goddamn panties, and he's hold on. Listen, I don't give a fuck if he gave the best sermon at my granny's funeral. Nigga, you catching these hands, and then after that, we gonna drag you in front of the church, and anybody that's trying to understand or defend you, motherfucker, you gotta get the fuck out. You gotta get the fuck out. Literally, they already served him a DNA warrant. So once they already checked her, Legislative Noah told the mother not to call the police. The mother said not that this is what her accounts. Now, Noah was served with a DNA warrant. So what they happened, right? Once they checked her outfit, her body, and her bloodstream, right? They said, okay, now we got to go get him. And we got to go get samples from him.
Wait a minute. Look at that right there. I mean, I'm just saying. It says the report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated.
The fuck? Jesus Christ!
Okay, so the mother found her intoxicated.
Right.
And possibly on drugs with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. That right there, the report says. Now, all I'm saying to y'all is, if somebody's going to challenge that, they're going to ask this question: how did the mother know that she was intoxicated?
I took it by
observing her behavior.
They're going to ask that question. I'm just giving y'all the challenge. Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all pushing back.
We don't know I hit by now.
Are you serious right now?
I would hit no more.
Somebody drunk.
Hold on.
We don't know our child.
That's not how it's going to go down in court. Y'all not gonna be able to laugh that away. They're gonna challenge that. That's all I'm trying to get.
Challenge that. They're gonna ask.
I'm asking you how. They're gonna ask how did the mom know that she was intoxicated?
Okay, can you tell if somebody's intoxicated or not?
I'm asking you, how did the mom know?
I'm asking you because Super Mike. What you're implying is that there is some ambiguity. You're trying to present this net like there's some type of ambiguity with you knowing if somebody's drunk or not. And I think that mother understands the baseline behavior of her daughter based on how she observed when she saw her that she was drunk. Slur of speech probably was
it says intoxicated. It doesn't say drunk.
Intoxicated.
So you don't know what that was.
Okay. Brother, this is a minor.
I'm just showing y'all. I ain't push too much because I don't know either.
Okay, so
brother, that's a child. She shouldn't even be intoxicated. Period.
Okay, I'm just saying. Once I see the challenge and then it fails, then I'm with you 100%. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna go off a basic of a police.
Okay, so what you're saying is that so you think they're gonna challenge? They're gonna challenge the validity of what the mother said.
The man said that his attorney came out and says he is going to plead innocent. That means he's going to challenge these things that y'all read in here. That means he's going to challenge it.
So you're going to challenge.
Let me. I can't laugh that away in court. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's
what I'm just saying, brother.
I don't even know anymore.
That's the difference between internet and actual court. And that's why all I'm saying is when you're dealing with somebody's actual life, when they have to be killed or they have to go to jail for this stuff, when we sitting up here just, you know, taking a police report, the first report, and we just got the conclusion just like that. What's the use for court? Why don't we just lynch mob, right?
Who's we? Who's we that doing
this is I'm talking, you know, this is in general, just the public court system. Why don't we just lynch him based off the first accusation?
No, he has to have due process.
That's all I'm saying to y'all. Just
but he's getting his process. He's getting his due process.
You get due process, but the process of being found guilty. I'm sorry, man.
That's all I'm saying. Let them be found actually guilty, and so we can go ahead and see. You see that right there? That shows the person doesn't know what intoxicated.
You either intoxicated or not. It ain't no might when it comes to intoxication. Either you drinking or you're not drinking. Either you on drugs or you're not on drugs.
Now listen. Now, okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try it. But we're all parents. If we go into our child's room and our child says they're not moving, they're not acting like they normally do, we're going to feel on their head. Oh shit, you feel like you have a fever. I don't feel so good. Their speech is slurry. We're going to start using our discernment that something is wrong with our child.
And Ruby,
hold on, Mike, stop.
I'm not going to say that.
You make like we've all been parents, bro. You know damn well if our children, boy or girl, was in their room and we say, "Hey, get up," they're not moving, they're not responding to our call. We're gonna go over there and check them, move back the blanket, feel them. Are you hot? Are you sick? Do I need to get you to the hospital? What's going on? Wait a second. The mama checks her. Smell her breath. Wait a second. Breath smells bad. I smell vomit. I smell different other stuff on her. The mama most likely took her down from the hotel room to the hospital. That was game over from there. The mama did her job on that. She took her to the hospital. She didn't say, well, let me let you just sit here and we're going to pray about it. She took her straight to the hospital. Once the hospital found that, whoa, this child is intoxicated, it was all bets were off.
But the report doesn't say the hospital said that the child was intoxicated.
But but you don't know, brother. They already tested her already, man.
I believe that. No, I'm just saying when we're going by the report. I believe that she was intoxicated, but I'm saying the report doesn't say that.
Hold on, you know what says that? You want to know what says that? You want to know what says that? Hey, you know what says that?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because contributing the
delinquency of the minor.
So wait. So if you're contributing, that means they found something in her system.
Well,
no, ain't no well.
I mean, does that mean
delinquency of the minor mean you sold or gave somebody? You either sold it to him or you gave it to him.
Contributing.
Okay.
Contributing to them.
Something was in that
she
body.
Was at a party. Hold on. So just so y'all know, I do believe she was intoxicated because she was at a party. She shouldn't have been there. But I'm just saying to y'all that when you're talking about, you know, what they're believing the police report, and then that's all we're going to make our determination, final answer on. So that's the only thing I'm pushing back on here.
Okay.
I don't believe it right away.
What about the black mother? What about the black mother? So do you believe her? If she said her child was intoxicated by him?
I believe so, but I'm sure they're going to challenge that, because why does she have the judgment to let her? Because I read somewhere else that, I don't know, I don't even want to repeat it, but the point is that mother has some lapses in judgment too, according to.
So now you're saying the
mother. I'm just saying.
Hey, don't talk about the mother now. You're gonna make Coach Malik come back.
I'm just saying that according to what I read, and it might be wrong.
Now we're gonna go back to the mother.
But the mother was smart enough, and I do agree, she was smart enough. She was concerned about her child enough to take her straight to the hospital. Okay, so I do believe that based on that, she was not trying to hide something or something like that, or trying to get her child hurt or anything to that effect. So, and just to respond to Ruby, the conscious community is trashing Polite. Many in the conscious community,
except for Sinetta, he got in trouble for what he did.
Well, Sinetta is Polite's road dog.
In my camp.
that's Polite's road dog. That's his buddy.
Hey, listen,
you're not gonna trash him.
No, so here's what I'll say. Listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Y'all, we're gonna just let it. We're gonna see how it goes down the pipe.
This is like the same dynamic in church, you know, just like when Eddie Long did his thing, and he was pretty much, you know, his issue.
You know, we found out Eddie Long
protected him. Some people left.
We did find out Eddie Long did have HIV. We did find that out.
Right.
We did find out that the boy, he had some shit too. So if one person has it and the other person has it, that would mean it actually did check out, that something did happen.
No, it's not. I believe something happened, and I think didn't they actually? I don't know. I didn't look at it.
Now here's another thing
stuff about that one. I don't know. The point is, the only thing I mentioned that to say this is that when you start referring to everybody and stereotyping a community, then you're actually, to me, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you're dealing with a crime. If Polite is guilty of a crime, deal with Polite. Don't start.
We are dealing with
I mean, and that's what we're doing. Yeah.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
People start putting everybody in hundreds of thousands.
Listen, I try to make sure this stays diligently on just Polite. I didn't want to talk about anything, anybody else. I wanted to keep it on just the brother. And I'm only saying that certain people are attacking from certain community. The Black community does have different variances of communities. Shout out to, we have the Umar community.
I mean, that's me.
We have the Umar community. They're not rocking with this nigga on this shit. You have some people in the woke community. They're not rocking with him. You have the women in their community and the Black women in their community. Some of them are defending him. Some of them are way against him. You have
Nepal. What's her name? Nepal. She fucking going out on a limb for him. I don't understand.
Like I said,
crazy as hell. She was up there trying to. I ain't never seen somebody online trying to do what they call it, telepathy, making movements of objects with your mind and shit. That's the kind of shit.
You have men that are running. You have men that are talking about it, and you have men that are defending him, saying that, hey, why are we jumping on a Black man?
Really?
Listen. As you know what I'm speaking from? I'm speaking from the family community. Okay, that's the community where BMT's at. Okay, and I can tell you right now, I know my community is small as fuck in this sector, so I'm in my own lane. Now, as me, I didn't make it about a woman. I didn't make it about men. I made it about accountability. Check the hashtag. Okay, I'm only showing y'all what he believes about women. How he wants women to dress loose and wear less clothing to combat homosexuality. But he also talks about how he wants women as the weaker vessel and that they should attach themselves to a man. That's not my words.
Yeah, that's polite stuff.
That's polite. So I never said I want women to be weak. I didn't never say I want a bunch of women to attach themselves to Super Mike and D. Darrell. This is what he's done. And he's talked about. So now understand, he's marking and going after certain women, and he's going after women with children. And I can promise, and I want to put my life on it. This is possibly not the first time he has done some type of shit like this. It's just that somebody finally caught his ass and threw him out. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm gonna see you guys later. Anything you want to say, D. Darrell?
I know. Shit. Sorry.
Anything you want? Okay.
Sorry about my weird thing.
I want to say, man, I'm going to actually do some more content on this over the weekend. I actually wasn't, but due to the fact I'm kind of thinking about like just kind of focusing on. See, Tyler Perry has a for those that don't know, I know a lot of people don't watch his content. He actually has a series, well, it's not a sitcom, but it's like a little show that actually depicts, to me, the Nawapians. He actually has a thing where I think it's the Oval. I think they actually made another show where there's this cult in the city, and they have a cult leader who is basically repressed homosexual. Who basically his initiation of men is to have anal sex with them. Yes,
that's a show.
That Tyler Perry has a show, and some of the people in the chat may know. I don't really talk about it. I don't watch it. I actually stopped watching it once he went into all this. And then also another thing they did was they prey on single mothers with children, particularly those that got young children, and they feel like the younger children have to go through the high priest or whatever his name to be penetrated in order to feel holy.
About from that. That's one thing that the part what you just said about the little initiation part of the children stuff.
They do stuff like that.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. Well,
if they agree to go to that little compound and be under the rules of that.
But see, the thing about it is what we got to understand is that when you look at the criminality and the psychopathology of cult leaders and cults usually take people who are searching and looking for something, have low self-esteem, or they find that they're not necessarily, they don't feel important in life. So when somebody presents new concepts and new ideas and take you in with an open arm and make you feel good, you're going to gravitate to that because nobody else fulfill that psychological need that you have. And so once they're able to do that, they'll start introducing all types of weird concepts and behaviors and rituals that are not necessarily typical of American culture. And these people fall in line with it because they hold this person as someone that has shown them the light outside of obscurity that they came from. And that's why you see these people. Cults don't start quick. They slowly build over time. A lot of these guys that are over cults, they're usually failures at something that they tried to do. They have narcissistic or antisocial personality type traits, or they have all types of other, or it's a mixture of all types of other personality types. Some of them have some levels of psychosis.
Let me ask you this one question.
Yes.
So to me, I don't know, when you say cult leader, I'm thinking of this dude, the Carbon Nation guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's to me typical straight up cult.
And
now,
the thing about it,
I don't know. That doesn't let
me explain to you. You're talking about Nature Boy. Nature Boy has history. Nature Boy has history of criminality. Nature Boy also has history of mental illness that he stated before. But then he blamed the system. There's another guy, a guy named Angels Up and Up that used to be a bigger YouTuber, and he got some
Angels Up 7.
Yeah, he the same way.
Really? That old weirdo? Yeah.
Yes.
Luke I know him.
Past mental health issues. He joined various types of religions and other different things. And before he decided to try to create something for himself.
Yeah.
And so a lot of cult leaders have this. But one thing they can be very charismatic. They can gravitate to people. They're very sociable. And they can be very convincing. Because they believe their own lies. When you begin to believe your own lies, you can convince somebody else to believe your lies. Because you become more convincing. Because it's natural to tell the truth. It's harder to tell a lie. But if you naturally think what is untrue is true, it's easy to convey that to other people. So,
but I'm saying, do you think polite? Because to me, when I think of a cult person, they try to control the information that their flock or whatever these people absorb. Don't go listening to them. Don't read this. You supposed to be with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need to control y'all more. Let's get a room. Let's get a building. Let's get this apartment building.
They won't like-minded. Cult leaders don't like to be challenged. They won't like-minded people. so that they can contribute to them financially and to take care of the tasks that they need them to do, whether it's legal or otherwise.
Now, is Polite in that vein, or is he just some kind of degenerate type who got weird ideas? Because I don't know. Does he have like
the reason
he's trying to control?
I'm gonna say this: the reason why I consider Polite sort of like a cult leader, because he still has admiration for Jeremiah York, as if he's inspiring to be exactly like Jeremiah. I mean, what's his name? Mr. York.
I got to talk about
Malachi York.
Malachi York. That's the reason. If it wasn't for that, I probably would agree with what you're saying. But as long as this nigga constantly for years been talking about the great Malachi York, this and that, and knowing what to me, and you came out of that sector. And to be honest with you, it's almost like he don't think Malachi York did anything wrong. Therefore, he more in line with doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that's true from him. You're right, and that's him.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna lead me that kind of weird, off the cuff thinking. And this is what I'm saying. Like, even if we might disagree on certain things, you have to have a balance in your concepts. You can't just go off into the metaphysical world and then pretend like you don't have to pay the rent next week or
exactly. Kind of but you know what else that's pretty prominent in a lot of cults? They always have this tendency to want to isolate from society.
Right.
They always want they have this me against us against them mentality, or they're wrong and we're right. They're the crazy ones. We're the ones with all the truth. You know, they convince people of that. You know, they always see cults. A lot of cults are not.
A lot of churches do that too, though.
Yes, and some churches are cult-like. And I'm not gonna name some. I mean, make some people mad. But there are a couple of denominations of churches that have a tendency to put this thing like we have all the answers and everybody else is wrong, and so forth. You know, and they isolate themselves and they're not sociable. They only like to interact and they marry with their own kind, and that's it. You know, but I'm just saying, but it's true. Let's look at it like this. Remember years ago, it was about 15, 20 years ago. Remember it was a cult, it was a Mormon sect, an extremist Mormon sect in Texas. They had the same thing.
The Branch Davidians with us in Waco.
Yeah, the LG, whatever the hell they did this. You know how they went down? Over child molestation.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was they said that over 300 kids could have been potential. They took over 300 to 400 children that were living on that compound, and they were saying that all those children were taken away because of alleged sexual abuse. That was the reason for that. Yeah, and see a lot. You know,
like to me too. I don't know what Utah. Anyway.
So that's a whole nother. They live by a whole nother situation.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like those people, I think they are maybe, if you want to define it as a cult type situation, but I guess they've balanced it to where they still deal with the world. And
but they have different sectors. They have different sectors that don't. See, that's why they kind of call themselves the Church of Latter-day Saints. And then they got those other little smaller sects that are more conservative and extremists that they don't let them in the church. So that's why they kind of section themselves out, because there are some extremist Mormon communities.
I think
and another thing, they don't let black people in them either.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, I know that some of them can be a pet. I forgot what their Bible says, but yeah, it's something about y'all was made because of Ham and y'all was black because y'all was cursed or some stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
one of the main things about it, like I said, I wanted to have the conversation. I expected that there probably going to be some pushback. Shout out to the content creators that came through. Shout out to Super Mike, content creator.
I got another channel too. I'll let you know. I got a.
Oh yeah,
I had to spread it out.
Yeah, just at me, just add it to me, and I'll definitely shout it out. Like I said, I mean, yeah, there could be. I don't know why. I mean, I guess some people want pushback. Sometimes, to me, I don't feel like there's pushback for certain content.
Like, not for this.
Not for this. There's no need for pushback. No. There's certain stuff we can have on ideologies or talking points, but not this. There's sometimes this is where your people need to unify on certain stuff. Like, because we got to show that, hey man, we're not gonna go through with this. Hey, let's try to find out. No, like we're looking at this is why it took so long with fucking R. Kelly. Like, motherfuckers, we knew what it was, but we were so worried about. Well, he makes good music, you know. Like, y'all stop. Like this, we need to stop this shit. Like at the end of the day, y'all, DNA showed it. This child is covered in it. Like I said, this child is going to be mentally messed up. And she's going to need a therapist, and she's going to need a community. She's going to see a video where there are going to be some people coming at her.
Right.
And then, like I said, but not here. Just like I'm also, if her mom would have seen the video, she's going to also have to think like, damn, I trusted that man to take my child. So she has to lay with that too. And I'm not shaming her, but I'm just trying to let other parents be forewarned. Y'all need to be more smart about this shit, man. There's a lot of stories where girls have invited men over for Tinder, POF, or different kind of booty call hookups. Shit goes bad for their household. And there's
why are you bringing people to your house?
But there's also been the same thing. There's also been the same thing for men who get with girls, they hurt the girl or do some kind of fuck shit to the girl, and she take it out on the child. Let's get back at the man. People do sick things to children to get back at.
That's what I forgot to ask y'all that. So, according to everything, I like I said, I did not know none of because I don't follow him like that. Okay, but so he was dating the mama for a year or having sex with the mama and stuff. That's what they saying. Yeah. And then he got her daughter in a hotel or something.
This is why I said when somebody says the child had a fake ID, there's no way, Mike, and you and I have had our past.
Because he knew that girl.
So there you go.
So that's all I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to get.
So hold on, no, just
I'm trying to get everything.
I want you to just pinpoint that in your mind, Mike. Most of the time, any woman, and we've dated women that probably have children. Usually, if a man is coming by, what do most mamas tell their daughters to do? Cover up.
Oh, definitely. Or go in the back room or go somewhere.
Go in the back room. Go somewhere. We're just telling y'all, and I'll probably talk about that later. But most any woman will tell their daughters, cover up or go into another room. But she still doesn't know that man. And she understands that, that's a woman. And that man is a man that is subject to being tempted.
Right.
I'm telling y'all honestly, as a man, I'm just telling y'all the truth. Same thing for my sons. I tell that to them when their cousins are in the house or sisters are getting dressed. Hey, y'all get the hell away from that door. Y'all don't knock on that door. Y'all don't go nowhere around them young girls when they washing up or getting dressed or they're getting in their nightgowns.
People don't respect nature though. They don't want to deal with actual truth.
This is the thing that we have to teach it as adults. The people want to and the thing of young boys and young girls. So maybe I have to talk about that later. I have to reteach that all over again.
Yeah, because same lessons got to learn every generation.
Like I said, I thank you guys. I understand other people want to talk about it. People are going to talk about what we just talked about today. It's fine. But like I said, this is not something that I put it out here that BMT's channel does not do gender war. I do not do back and forth with other shows and all that other shit. I don't care for that. I am a co-ed space. I am a family channel. I am a mentoring channel. I talk about a whole plethora of things. I've had everybody from different races, creeds, backgrounds, and communities and beliefs on my panel. Y'all can't ever attest to me on that one. In times when I wanted to say fuck the shit, I have people like Mike's crazy ass. Now, I don't mind doing it. Okay? But understand, this is an open house. Now, only till I start getting too crazy, that's when I start saying, closing the doors.
Close the doors.
Close the doors. Now, as I put it out there, if anybody feels turned that way, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. But we're not doing gender war over here.
Yeah, I hate that. That's one of the best things about your channel.
I'm not
equality.
I'm not. Men can come up here and women can come up here. We have women co-hosts and we have men co-hosts. We have it where I have all the communities, whether y'all like them or not, they come on my panels and they speak their mindset. I don't always agree with them, but I speak to them because this is a community. Again, if y'all need me to pull up the BMT mantra, go check what my channel's been about. Okay? And I talk on everything. I got one person saying, well, why don't you run up on police? Well, Mike, how many times have I done a show about police?
Yeah.
So we're not going to go there.
Yeah, equality. And that's what, like I said, you definitely, that's one of your main things that no matter what people can say about BMT, you're dealing with somebody who a straight shooter, no matter what.
So I deal with it all, y'all. I deal with it all from all the sectors, all the spheres. They're like, damn, BMT, you be talking this, you be talking that. But I talk with all of y'all. I deal with all of y'all. At the end of the day, I have to. Y'all my damn crazy ass people, but I still got to deal with y'all ass.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. So other than that, you guys, I done got to go.
All right, Joe.
I'm gonna see y'all guys later. Respect. Take care. Peace. Y'all have a good time. Thank y'all. Like, share.